Hello, everyone.
Hello, I'm here too.
How goes the things? Hi.
Where?
What's
I
up?
remember why I didn't use this chair.
Because the chair sucks.
It's terrible.
Yeah, but we just had it, so we're just going to use it for now, I guess.
I'm going to get a new chair.
What's up, Rocket Chicken? How goes it? We have some pretty cool things that we're going to do today. I'm going to work on some stuff for a little while. And then towards the end of the stream, probably the last 45 minutes to an hour, we are going to go over the July challenge. We're going to go through all the cool stuff that you guys have been painting. And we're going to pick out some cool ones to win. And Jen's going to pick this time.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Rocket Chicken, thank you for the sub. 80 months. Holy crap. 80 months? Holy Toledo. I think that's the longest one I've seen.
I think so. I think that's longer than me. I think I'm only at 78.
Wow, Jen. Wow. Only 78?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lion
How many
Creative.
years is 80 months?
I don't know if you were here for this guy.
Is that like 7 years? That'd be 84 would be 7 years, right?
84 would be 7 years, yeah. So I got the color scheme sort of ironed out for these guys, so I'm just going to do some more of it because it was fun.
Well, huzzah,
Nice of you to join us.
Throw back my legs and...
Nice of you to join us.
It's nice of you to join
Did
us.
I spell
Hey,
Discord wrong?
we got a guy.
I didn't, right? I spelled it right. D-I-S-C-O.
Yeah, you got it.
It just didn't show the...
Oh, that's weird. What happened to the bot that does all the links and things?
The bot sometimes doesn't like to wake
Sometimes
up
it takes a day off.
from a nap.
Oh.
It was hanging out with me as I went to
Having
get
lunch.
some water.
The bot had a little too much wine at lunchtime today, so sleeping.
The bot had too much wine over lunch?
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's not great. Hello! We have Jason. We're all here! Hi. Hi. I've had caffeine.
What's the shifty eyes for?
Who gave him caffeine?
Oh, I don't have any.
Who gave this man caffeine?
Not involved in this,
Who gave this man caffeine?
but I too have had caffeine.
I got hit with the post lunch sleepies, and I was like, this can't happen. I have too much stuff that I need to do.
Post lunch sleepy.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm drinking caffeine right now.
That was real.
This is unacceptable. Yeah. It's Tuesday. I almost said it was Wednesday. It's Tuesday, everybody. How is your Tuesday going? How have your guys' Tuesday been?
Who is not made of caffeine? Phantom of Truth. Who is not made of caffeine? I'm not made of caffeine.
I'm not made of caffeine. I hardly drink caffeine.
Yeah, neither one. Jason doesn't drink. I mean, Jason will drink tea.
A soda every now and then.
Soda, very, very rare. Every time he orders a soda, I'm like, what?
I throw half of it away. It's
Yeah.
like beer.
I just don't like beer at all. It was never something that I could get.
Really?
Yeah, I just never liked the flavor of it.
Well,
He's
I
a pina colada
I
guy.
drank your share.
No, I'm a Long
Am I
Island iced
not-
tea kind of guy.
Baby J's a pina colada. He
Uh,
likes pina
I tried turning
colada
myself up.
and getting caught in the rain.
But it could also be that they just talk louder than me. And maybe my mic is not close enough.
Sorry about turning the thing on while you were still in your office. I didn't realize that door was open.
Coffee is pretty much all I eat, said Relapse.
Coffee's all you eat?
I can have one coffee a day. And it has to be before noon. Otherwise, I'll be up all night. Like, I had coffee and now I'm drinking tea, and this is like my third glass of tea. So I will be up most of the night, probably.
Yeah, I'm drinking caffeine early enough in the day that I'll be able to get to sleep at a reasonable hour tonight. Which is important because I'm going to the airport tomorrow.
Our flight's not until nearly 10.
That is correct.
Yeah, your day will start at the normal time.
But yeah, pretty
'Cause
much.
we leave about 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. I have found that getting through the Phoenix airport is not that hard.
It's very easy to get around.
Yeah.
It's big, but
But well, the nice thing is it's like spread out.
yeah.
So like the big part is that there's a million terminals.
Right.
Well, and by a million,
Well,
I mean
there's 3.
4.
There is no Terminal 1.
Oh, really?
No, they closed that.
There's a 2, 3, and a 4.
Oh, okay.
2, 3, and 4.
So there used to be a 1.
There used to be a 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they were like, well, we're not going to rename all of these.
Like in the
so
50s.
that's weird.
No, it was still, I think Terminal 1 was still open when I moved here in the early 80s. Not sure when it closed.
I thought you were from here.
No, I'm from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. Lion Creative said the wife would like one of those rhinos. Someday.
We gave a few away.
Yeah. One
Wait,
day
didn't
you
you
too
win
can
one?
have one. Maybe.
Lion Creative, what did you win? Didn't you win something on our 4th of July stream? Did you win those models? And your wife just wants one because she saw yours? Or did you win paint?
I know a bunch of regulars happen to win stuff on
Yeah.
that show.
Rigged.
Yeah, rigged. Rigged.
Oh, Lion Creative got paints. Okay. Oh, but maybe your wife asked if she could
Well,
post pictures,
huzzah,
right?
huzzah. I'll just
Somebody's
throw back my
wife
legs
asked
and pollute my britches with
If they could
delight.
post pictures of the new paints.
Who else we got in here? We got Panic Bomb Arcade. What's up? We got Line Creative.
Mo's 83.
Mo.
beats
Oh
out
my goodness.
all of us.
Mo, you've been here for far too long.
Mo's almost 7 years.
Yeah, you're 1 month away from 7 years.
Isn't that silly?
That's crazy.
That's truly ridiculous.
Mo, you are either very committed or need to be committed.
Or need to be committed.
Probably both.
Guess what?
Guess what?
Chicken butt.
Yes. Guess what else?
What time is it?
Chicken butt else. What?
This is for Mo. Guess what, Mo?
Oh. He's not going to believe you.
I mean, you should have gotten an email about it.
Oh.
I mean, I told him earlier, to be fair.
Yeah, he had to pull it out of the package to make me sign it.
You can blame Mo for that.
Mo's got a beautiful model.
It
coming
was
his way.
it was all packed up on Jen's desk
It
to go
was.
out last night, and then Mo was like, "Can he sign it?"
I should have had Baby J sign it.
Why me? I didn't paint it.
Did you
You're the
take a
real
good
hero. You
picture of
shipped it.
I am the real hero that shipped it, but
Did anybody take good pictures of it before you shipped it?
oops. But you know what? We can blame Gabe for that one.
Yeah.
I think Gabe did.
Did he? We'll go with yes.
We'll go with yes. Maybe at some point we just have Mo ship it back, and we'll ship it back to him again.
Yeah, good thing you double checked. I don't think that would have been in his instinct.
somebody
his,
likes
like,
us.
just natural instinct to sign it.
What, to sign it? No, that's not even anything I ever even think about. Baby J was like, would you sign it? And I was like, no. He's like, but Mo wants you to. And I go, okay.
This
I
was a
guess.
Find a Sharpie.
request straight from the source.
Mo's like one of my heroes, so
Gotta Find a
okay.
special Sharpie.
We did find a special Sharpie. We found it. In exactly where Jen told me to look. Which is amazing.
I had one of those flashes of memory.
Yeah. Jason was like, I'm pretty sure Jen ordered some a while ago. We have some around here somewhere or something. And then I go talk to Jen. Jen's like, I don't think we've ever ordered these.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
Just
Like,
like
I
you
know
just-
I've seen them before. I feel like we had some at our house.
Yeah. And then she comes back to me like 2 minutes later. She's like, wait a second. In this very specific cabinet of this, I'm sorry, in this very specific drawer, in this very specific desk on the other side of the
Yeah.
office.
Well, that used to be my desk. So
Oh.
anything that's in there, in the drawer, is probably left from when
From when you
was
were there.
mine. And then it was Eamon's, and then it was Christian's.
Oh, are you talking about the
desk.
packing station?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was in the little metal drawer of the packing station.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
Lumberjack Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Timo says good morning, except for this morning. I didn't see a
No.
good morning from Tim this morning.
His morning came at after morning.
Oh.
Miniac is rating.
Not
Miniac.
possible.
Miniac, what on earth?
The bot
Hello.
is showing us, but we haven't heard the announcement yet. But yes.
The boss is
Appears
showing.
God.
to be
Evan.
so.
What the hell's going on?
Hello.
Welcome, Raiders.
Hi, everyone. How goes it?
I'm painting a rhino with a sun gun.
I'm repainting undead Roman guys
What's going on, Scott?
in true me fashion.
The kitten, hello.
Crazy Vazy Kitten. What's going on,
Crazy
everybody?
Vazy.
Hello. Welcome, Raiders.
Hello.
The legendary Miniac is in the house.
Legendary.
Hopefully the rest of the show went well. I dropped in there and gave him hell for a minute. I try to disrupt things as much as possible when Scott is talking, but he is so immune to razzing.
Cyber Psychosis says these all look very fun. Hello.
I feel like
Welcome.
we can get a Miniac with some hijinks.
He's unrazzable.
Mm,
He has to deal with the internet all day long. So,
that's true.
not that he's impervious to internet shenanigans, but I feel like he adds to internet shenanigans quite a bit. So he's
He's well prepared.
well prepared, well versed.
Mike Jeannie Jenny said half of Scott's fans are subscribed to give him a hard time, so he's
Yeah.
developed a callus.
That's what I'm saying. Is that like it's tough to break through Scott's armor because he has to deal with his chat all the time.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Panic Bomb, you can't wait for what models to come out? Your husband won a dark bronze satin set. It's awesome.
Oh,
What?
Maybe
Ooh.
the kitten. Maybe you asked if you could post a picture of those. Somebody contacted us and said my husband won some of your new paints that are unlabeled, but can I post a picture?
Yeah, we had some people win these models. This
Yes.
this particular model that I'm painting is one of our test models for an upcoming game we are developing. And we are in the process right now of going through some of the sculpts and designs to be able to get our process for how we're going to be creating our miniatures down. We want to create a line that is a really good hybrid of, cool meets painterly functional. I don't know if that's a word. We just made it
Painterly
work.
Functional.
Because as a painter first, before I'm a gamer, I'm a hobbyist. And so for me, one of the big things is just making sure that the detail isn't such that I get real bummed out about all the chinguses, and all the nonsense on it. The doohickeys, I call it.
Yep.
Like, I really don't need models with 50 million doohickeys on them. So we're trying to balance out detail.
Hey, somebody likes us.
Somebody
With,
done likes us.
Painterly.
I don't see it. How did I miss it? I don't see it. JTP Crusade. Thank you for the phone.
Oh, yeah, you have to look at it in a weird spot.
Yeah,
It's kind of
It
weird.
didn't show up in chat.
I blame the bot.
The bot she's having issues today.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
bot's
lie.
sleeping it off
Hey, somebody likes us.
Been sleeping it off.
Sleeping
Side
it
one on
off.
last
Or,
night.
Yeah.
No, or lunch. She had too much
from
on
lunch. Yeah.
Maniac was having problems with the whole Streamlabs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they weren't
Somebody
getting their
likes us.
sub alerts and things
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
same
So that
thing
was a
like
problem.
us.
Oh, weird.
Slave Far said, hello, I've never used Pro Acryl paints before, but I'm thinking about getting the base set in conjunction with the Chimera Colors set.
Uh-huh.
Those are some of the best paints at the moment.
Awesome.
Heck yeah.
We would love for you to try them.
I think you
See
will
if
like
this
them very much.
works.
Yes.
Did
the,
not work.
the base set, when you're new to the line, I always say, obviously, the base set is a great place to start. It has a lot of the core fundamental colors: white, black, red, orange, green, blue, all that. Great mixing set. Expansion set 1, in addition, kind of closes the circle. It gives you a lot of the good shades like dark blue, dark purple, dark neutral gray, bright neutral gray, yellow ochre, burnt orange, those colors. So
Just kind of rounds it out.
if you get to a point where you like the base set colors expansion set 1, follow the yellow brick road to expansion set 1 out of the base set. Minihack, you had to fix it. Did you have to jump in and press the buttons? Hairdo, what's going on? Hope everybody's doing well. It is Dose Day here.
Dose day.
Hope everybody's week is starting out good and you're not getting a sack of Mondays. We leave for Gen Con tomorrow. So Jordan and I are in that crazy
last minute
crunch of get all the crap done here at the office so we can leave. Because we also have a new product release coming. We have all of the Series 2 signature paints coming out from Ben Comets and Matt Seshwish. So you've probably been inundated with our ads for all the new stuff on your socials. But Ben and Matt, two wonderful European artists, and they represent the Series 2 of our signature series sets. So 2 sets of 6, which includes some really fun stuff. Our first new metallic paint in a long time, dark bronze. Along with our first foray into satins and glosses. There's also the brown gray, which is one of the principal colors I've been using on the skin here for my Rhino. It is a matte paint. We've got 2 heavy viscosity paints, so heavy warm white and heavy titanium white. They are thicker paints for blending and tip loading for loaded brush. Green oxide, petroleum brown, and dark crimson, our first 2 gloss colors ever. Kind of a blood and an oil and grease effect paint, which are really cool. Dark emerald, advanced flesh, which is more of a brown golden flesh. Dark Sea Ben, the only paint that has a silly name. And bone, along with our dark burgundy. I think it's all of them. 3, 6, 9, 12. That's 12. I can count. Have you ever considered zinc white? So we make it. It's called transparent white.
Mm-hmm.
I have the one that somehow has the worst label on the planet.
What?
You
Is
can
that
kinda
double labeled, or is that just?
It was
torn
double
off?
labeled. I
Yeah.
got a hand me down. It looks like I got the double label.
you go.
Transparent white is zinc. Oh, they can read it.
Okay.
They know.
That one.
Yeah, transparent white is zinc. Zinc is a non-opaque pigment, so you're not going to get an opaque white in zinc. But yeah, transparent white is zinc white. Yeah, Softbar says, of course, Ben needs a totally not Dark Sea Blue. I mean, we have Dark Sea Ben. Fantastic stuff from Ben and Matt. Great friends of the brand and great painters and personalities overall. Should be a lot of fun.
I'm very excited for it. Must.
Didn't know it was ink? Yeah, that's how you do a transparent white. Now, there's a lot of other really cool stuff in our transparent line, but transparent white is an amazing paint. It's a great additive for all the other transparents to lighten and brighten them up, as well as just a great way to do zenithal highlighting or set up for OSL, being able to take the transparent white and set up your light placement for OSL, like torches, plasma guns, things like that. It's spectacular for that. Much better than a white ink or our standard titanium white.
New sets available next week.
Yeah, the general release for the new paints is August 8th. They will be available at Gen Con if you're attending Gen Con. We have them in sets and singles there at the show, worldwide firsts. But you should see them arriving at your local game stores here in North America, well, the U.S. specifically, over the course of the weekend as they start shipping out tomorrow and Thursday. So some stores close to Arizona, California, the western side should have them by the weekend, and everybody else should have a street date that goes live as it does on the website by the 8th. So we're hoping that your FLGS and everybody will have it. Pretty cool. Just buy the transparent box if you haven't yet. Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's my favorite box.
The transparent paints will change your life.
I'm a sucker for transparent paints, though.
Slave Fire Europe will be soon.
Soon. Yep.
We've got them all made and ready for them. We just got to box them up and send them over.
Yep. Yeah, Europe will lag probably about 2 to 3 weeks for
Yeah, I
shipping.
would think.
just for customs handling and stuff. But we hope to have the distribution orders go well. So there's multiple layers for everywhere
Somebody
outside of the
likes
U.S.
us.
because we manufacture here in the U.S. So when it goes to our distributors, then they distribute it out to the stores.
Yes.
But in Europe and the U.K., our direct distributor is also a retailer. So you have PK Pro in Europe and Element Games in the U.K. And both of them, as soon as they have theirs, we have the Element order in and processing as well. So as soon as all of that gets to them, then they start dispersing it out to the stores. But you can buy direct from them as soon as they hit. And they stocked up pretty good. So
Very exciting. I love
you
new
hope we
paint
we made extra. You don't want another 4 hours sellout.
Paint's
I
a
mean,
little easier to keep in stock than brushes.
if you've dealt with us for long, you kind of know that as soon as Monument Hobbies comes out with something new, it's a toss-up.
It's a
It either lasts like a day or two or an hour or two.
That's true.
Your multivitamin also has zinc in it, but not zinc oxide, I hope.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say I hope you're not taking the right vitamins. Don't eat the paint!
Don't eat the paint.
Hey, you guys. Good luck at the trip. I'm heading out. Just
Bye.
wanted to say good luck at your trip.
Christmas sushi.
Chris, where are you going?
He's not hanging out.
Wind takes me.
Wherever the wind takes you?
That's right.
All right.
It's not taking him to a chair.
I would
That's very
hang out.
comfy over there.
I gotta go do some stuff.
He doesn't have anything to
Tisk,
do.
tisk.
He's lying. Zambies!
He got
Don't eat
his,
the paint!
He got his fill from
Hey,
me
don't
this
encourage
weekend.
that.
Zambies
When I beat him
don't!
up.
The crucial word you forgot is don't.
You know, I can stay for it.
Evan, don't eat the paint.
Let me go grab one.
I
Don't
got
eat the
it.
paint.
Hi, Zambies.
Paint is full of minerals and
How's
vitamins.
it going? I am going to be using some of this green oxide here in a minute, and I'm very excited about it.
I am not talking to Chad anymore. It never goes anywhere.
Well, this is the thing you keep on telling me is you're never supposed to encourage them.
I'm not encouraging them.
Talking to them is encouragement.
Oh, we got to go on like full on ignore mode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
Jen can talk to them.
Understood. Okay,
Because
Jen.
they'll be really nice to Jen.
Okay, Jen.
Yeah.
Jen, go.
Well, until they're not,
Nah, they'll be fine.
they're gonna turn on me really quick.
Nah, they'll be fine. I have faith. They'll be fine.
The kitten wants to know if the paint can be used as sunscreen. I feel like it would be very expensive sunscreen.
I mean, how good's the light fastness? Not that would help.
I'm going to go with no.
Gosu,
I'm having a hard
Gosu.
time here.
Wait, this is important. We have an actual medical professional here.
Oh,
Gosu was a medical professional 6 years ago, and Gosu says the paint is not fit for human consumption.
thank you.
So listen to the experts.
Non-toxic does not equal edible, people.
Yes. I keep on telling people this, and they're just like, I don't know what this means.
They just skate right over that fact. They're like, wait. You and your facts.
All right, here we go. Question from, I want to say, Bicephalo Art Studio.
Yep.
Okay. Greetings, Slowfuse and pals. I've seen paints, especially whites, that turn a little yellow over the years. How do you avoid that with your range of paints?
So generally that should not happen. The light fastness of titanium white, especially with our whites, is not going to yellow over time. Now varnishes change that dramatically. So understand that if you use a varnish or top coat over the top of that, then the varnish could be yellowing and not the paint. So we would have to know more about, what you're seeing. But with our paints, you don't have to worry about the paint yellowing. Now, all bets are off because when we say that, that's standard usage. If you put it in the window of your grandma's house here in Arizona,
Who knows?
all bets are off because it'll bake the paint off of it and turn it all sorts of weird colors as it fades and things like that. But no, under normal circumstances and use, not a problem. The UV resistance is very, very good.
So that's very interesting. I've seen anti-UV varnish. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, they each have their own set. So Ben has a set of 6. Matt has a set of 6.
That is correct.
And Omicron Samurai, hello. Omicron
Hello.
Samurai would like to know, when using the transparents, do you need to thin them?
You can.
You can. You
They
don't
come
have to.
out, so understand the transparents are super vibrant color out of the bottle. So yes, it is usually recommended that you thin them. They are meant to be thinned aggressively, but you don't have to. So I guess for clarification, you can run them straight out of the bottle if what you want to do is turn a model. Like if you take transparent green and you paint it on a model, that model is now green. Like amazingly green. But they're formulated to be able to thin aggressively to do all sorts of techniques with. So you can run them all the way down to where it's mostly thinner or water and very little pigment at all, and you'll still
You're
get
on,
good coloration
Christopher.
for filtering.
Nice.
Say hello to the people.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm repping my Wizard's Butt sticker.
Awesome.
Nice. We got the Christmas sushi in the house.
Sushi in the chairs.
Told you he didn't have anything to
Hairdo.
do.
There
He changed
are
his mind.
You're right. I did change my mind.
there are loads of old people in Arizona. What are you talking about? This
Loads
is like
of
a
'em.
retirement hub.
It's like
That's-
I think
I think
retirement.
that's what
Midwest.
Phoenix was built on.
That's how I'm here. I'm here because my grandparents retired here, and my
That's
mom
so
wanted
funny.
to be closer to them, so we moved here too. Lots of old people in Arizona. Yeah, Zambi is correct. Transparents are super strong. I love them, but a little goes a long way. MCXL wants to know if more transparents are coming. That's probably a number, but I don't know my Roman numerals very well, so I'll say
We have
MCXL.
some sneaky transparents that exist.
Dark magenta
Yeah.
Ooh,
is a transparent.
Dark magenta.
By everything
which
other
is
than name?
currently
I didn't
in
know that.
Say the
Lynn
petroleum and
John's
crimson are
set.
also pretty.
The
pretty
petroleum
close.
and the dark crimson that are coming out are
Yeah.
also very, very close to transparents, but for different reasons. They aren't single pigment transparents like the others. They just have a lower opacity.
I'm gonna use that this
As
weekend.
far as developing others, there are there's at least one more in the works. I am working on a transparent kind of fire engine red.
Nice. Okay.
If you are familiar with our transparent red, you'll notice that as you thin it, it starts moving towards its core magenta because of the pigment that it is. We are making a transparent red that stays more on target for red. We'll figure out naming once I get closer to getting it done, but
I don't mind
Omicron.
fire engine red.
Fire
Omicron,
engine
you can use
transparent red.
water to thin them.
what's
The
that?
transparents?
To thin them, yeah.
Yeah.
He asked what to use.
You
What do you
you
use
can
to
use
thin 'em?
water. You can
Water.
use glaze and wash medium.
Yep.
I like using both. It kind of depends on what sort of result you're looking for. I typically will use the glaze and wash medium if I am trying to get something that is less of like a wash or a glaze and something that I can paint over, because the glaze and wash medium has a little bit more body to it. So it will reduce that like intensity of color that you have when the transparents are right out of the bottle, because they're just like a paint. You can paint them on,
Yeah.
and they're super transparent. They are transparent, but they are super intense in saturation. So adding other things to it to reduce that saturation, that intensity of color, is what my goal typically is. And when I'm doing that, I like to use both water and glaze and wash medium, because I like to have a little bit more paint control when I'm applying it. But you can definitely use them like a wash and just use more water. You'll just get a thinner consistency when you mix it, right? So if you use more water, you'll get thinner consistency. If you use more glaze and wash medium, you'll get a thicker consistency, but it will still, both ways, you'll pull a lot of that saturation out of it. So it kind of just, like I said, depends on how you want to use it.
And a very good point made by Omicron. The transparent white doesn't require much thinning. The transparent white out of all of the transparents is
yeah.
already kind of the most see-through. So I very rarely, if ever, thin my transparent white.
I almost always use it like right out of the bottle.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of the time.
Exactly.
What do you typically use your transparent white for?
Lighting effects and mixing with the other transparents.
Okay.
Yeah. Painting highlights on white, like getting your highlight buildup on white, is really nice. The helmet that you painted on your
Yep.
on your Blood Angels guy is a spectacular example of that. I did it on the Soul Drinkers guy as well.
Yeah, to set up for painting things white, I typically will go in with transparent white to start moving whatever my gray or blue that I've used as my base for white. Start moving it to a true white hue and value, but do it with transparent so you don't get that kind of weird blockiness or texture that a white can give you if you're glazing it. Works very, very well. Transparent white is by far one of the most, if not the single most flexible paints in our lineup.
Because it's really just, it's a good...
It is such a good
mix
mix.
with it.
Yeah, it's such a good mixer with everything. Opaque paints, other transparent paints, you name it. It does all of it. You want to put it in the airbrush and blast out some OSL placement. Works great.
Oh, I guess, yeah, I didn't think about it, putting it through an airbrush.
Yeah, just put it right in the airbrush, and then you can set up your light placement for OSL, like on Plasma Glow, anything like that.
Oh, right. Okay.
Works super well for
Gabe
that.
is letting me borrow his airbrush this weekend, so...
Nice. You're gonna get started on your orcs,
My Stompa.
your Stampa.
My
We came
big-
up with a great idea for his
I did.
orcs.
Garbage.
Cyber Psychosis, we will be here for probably another 2.5 hours. So,
We're gonna be
good
here.
night, be safe getting home, and if you have another chance to jump back in, we'll be here.
All right, everyone. We're gonna be doing a bit of a bronze rust effect here, or verdigris effect. I'm using this new green oxide for it.
Mmm.
I did
Using
it
the
on
dark bronze, too?
this guy, so you can see some of that blue coming through on the bronze parts of his helmet.
Yeah.
These guys have a lot more. They're not covered as much with cloth and stuff, so this will be look a lot cooler on these guys.
I like to use transparent white to sun fade colors, like on animal skin or worn fabric.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Okay.
It
cool.
works really well for like oxidized paint feel because it retains so much of the color you put it over the top of
Yeah.
that it will do wonders for those types of effects. And like I said, you don't even have to really mess with it much. You just take it out of the bottle, apply it to model. But you can also thin it very aggressively. It just will get to a point where it doesn't seem like it's doing a whole lot, a lot quicker than the other paints because it is already tremendously transparent.
Got it. I haven't
Translucent,
used
the
it
real,
yet.
the real term that we should be using. But yeah, it's a great paint.
Yeah, I haven't used it yet.
So I'm
Is
just taking the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, MCXL said I used it a lot on Susu.
Huh?
Now, what is
No,
that?
Can you fall asleep on your
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
keyboard? Su.
Call of Cthulhu.
Su.
I wonder if he passed out on the keyboard.
Sound on the keyboard.
Kalasuso.
But I'm largely
If not,
taking
that's my favorite word of the day.
this
Oh, the word of the day. R.I.P. Man.
RIP.
Can I get a bold Pyrrole red speed paint from us?
Just
We
put
don't
glaze
have any
wash
speed
medium with
paints,
bold
but yeah.
Pyrrole red.
Yep,
Done.
exactly.
Who's your hero? I should be your hero. I just saved your world.
I should
And you
be
didn't even have to buy
Save
anything
your
new,
world.
so long as you already have the glazed wash medium. Our glazed wash medium will turn any of your opaque paints, whether our line or other people's lines of liquid acrylics, into speed
I
paints.
think that's Vial Needs. I think Vial Needs has everything, right?
Our belief around here is that you shouldn't have to buy another line of paint in order to paint fast. Take the colors you know and love and turn them into speed paints if you want to paint in that kind of wash, filtering method that contrast and speed paints rely on. But take the colors you already know and love that you're used to and just take the glazed wash medium and blend it in with them. Do about 5-to-1 glaze wash to paint. So it's a lot of medium. And then depending on how fluid you want the paint to flow over the top of the model, if you're going to be applying it more like a wash and you want to just cover the model with it, then put quite a bit of water in that mix. If you would prefer to just paint it on and have it not flow into the recesses quite as aggressively, then you can just take it with the glazed wash medium and use it more like a direct filter. But yeah, Bold Pyro Red works fantastic like that.
Dorkosaurus, it'll be at the end. When did you say the review was, Jordan? Last
Probably
30
the
minutes?
last 45 minutes of the stream
Last 40
is typically when we do it. We usually close out with it.
So maybe your meeting will be a quick one and you can come back. Need said I want to do the Tyranids, but quick for a fun small table army.
Yeah. The glazed wash medium, we painted quite a few models on stream just using the glazed wash medium and showing you how to create speed paints.
Oh, that little guy that I painted too, that we both painted.
Yeah.
To show it first.
So
Yeah, that.
These two.
Which one did Jen paint? And which one did Jason paint?
Which one did Jen paint and which one did Jason paint?
I don't even know. The better one is Jason's.
Jason's on the right.
Mine's this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can see, like, Jen painted that in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
All we did was a zenithal highlight on it. Then we took actually the transparent paints along with the glazed wash medium on this. This was transparent blue, transparent black, transparent red. And we did everything here by mixing the red, blue, and the black together. We got all the purple and magenta colors out of it.
You can do that for even more complicated models too. You don't have to just do it on more simple models.
This was all the same thing with the opaque line. This is just all of our normal colors with the glazed wash medium. And this was literally just zenithal highlighting and then using it exactly like a contrast paint. Right? Taking the green and doing the skin with it.
How many parts wash medium do you have in that?
Like I said, I generally start about 5 to 1.
5 to 1?
6 to 1, something like that. Medium to paint. So far less paint than medium. And then a little bit of water if I want it to act more like a wash.
Okay.
Right?
5
This was
to
just
1.
the burgundy. Or maybe it was even burnt red. I think it was burgundy. But all of this is done that way. Right? Blue, black for all the steel. And then I literally just went back with white and highlighted it.
Yeah.
So the non-metallic metal is the simplest you can imagine because I just took blue, black, thinned it way down, put it over the zenithal prime, and then edge highlighted it. And that's how all of that metal came about.
Wish.com non-metallic metal.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. It is so easy.
Yeah, so just doing stuff really, really quick. And then I use some of our brown and black wash mixed together on the base, just continuing the theme, but the wash directly out of the bottle for some of that stuff. So, Pro Acryl works great turning it into speed paints. But again, my big feeling as an artist, personally, is that you want to be able to use the colors you already know and love, rather than having to say, oh, I love Bold Pyro Red. Can you make a speed paint version of it, which is going to look different, right? So just use Bold Pyro Red.
Yeah. Well, the other nice thing too is it's all colors that you're familiar with. So if you're like, I love this recipe for this army that I'm working on or this project, but I want to do it in half the time, can I just do the same thing and use the same colors? And the answer is absolutely.
Right.
You just have to change your process for application.
Yeah, it's why we don't make an airbrush line. Our paints airbrush wonderfully.
I mean, our paints you just throw right into the airbrush.
Yeah.
I was doing it earlier.
Yeah, so we don't need an excuse to sell you more colors. We'd prefer you to just keep using the colors you love. You'll eventually buy more of them because you'll use them up so much quicker, right? Because you're using them for everything. But as an artist, my big concern when painting is always to make sure that when I go reach for a color, I know exactly what that color is going to do for me. And that's very difficult when I have, the same color in 3 different form factors, because one of them's my speed paint, one of them's my airbrush paint,
Yeah, why should you have to buy 4 different copies of Bold Pyro Red?
Nah.
It's like,
that color you love, it's liquid acrylic, it'll literally work for everything. We just give you the tools to do so. So the mediums, the new varnishes that'll be coming out, those are going to take it a long way. You can put the matte varnish into other paints you've got.
You can use the gloss varnish to make other cool effects too.
Yeah, mix them with the glaze wash medium. So the sky's the limit on how you decide to utilize the paints on your desk, but it makes every paint that much more useful to you.
I can't wait to airbrush this weekend.
Is this gonna be your first time airbrushing, Chris?
Long periods of time, yes. I've tried it for basing and stuff, but I wanna get into it.
Get a little bit more.
Get a little bit more used to it. Yep.
Trying out, yeah, that's awesome, man. It is truly,
Especially for me, who buys a bunch of armies that have 1,000 models.
Yeah,
I feel like I should have been there by now.
you should have been there by now. Yeah.
I feel like I'm way past my due date.
It's funny because you're gonna get into it and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, what have I been doing?
What was
this
I
whole time?
doing?
Airbrushing is daunting, right? Because
It
it's
is.
a tool you have to learn to service. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so getting just a base comfort level, it takes some time.
Yeah.
So I always tell people you shouldn't, shame yourself into getting one. Just get one, play around with it. Like I said, if all you ever do with an airbrush is prime your models, you've already won.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you move away from or move further beyond just priming your models into base coating and then layering your paints, then great. And then eventually, if you get to the point where you do what you see us doing, which is where I didn't airbrush anything on her really until we got to the blending modes, right? And I use the airbrush to smooth out my blends on the transitions for my flesh. So I'm using it more towards the end of the model rather than at the beginning. Then, you can get that much further. So it's a very, very useful tool that you can pull out at any time
Yeah.
on the course of a model. And depending on how you're trying to paint, it can be the whole model. You could paint 80% of the model and then just come in and edge highlight if you're going fast. Space Marines especially are just ripe for airbrushing the bulk of what you do on them.
How would the glaze wash medium with paint in the airbrush act? Like if I was to spray that.
Fantastic.
Okay, so would it come out like? Yeah, I guess
Fantastic.
The
glaze wash medium acts like a flow improver in the airbrush.
Got it. Okay.
You might want to put a little bit of water in it just because it is a thicker body paint than the normal paints. But just a couple of drops of water in with the medium that you put in. Yeah, you'll love it. I spray it through the airbrush all the time.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm excited to try that.
Val needs the wish.com non-metallic is just kind of a joke. But it's a quick and easy.
Yeah. It's just a.
Anytime you see,
Looks
that's what
good
I'm
from
doing
far
here.
away.
That's what I'm doing here, right? Wish.com non-metallic metal. It's literally just super fast. Get material to look like the material you want it to be. I've called basically everything that we've painted on, like the Dark Angels. When you're doing a whole army, I tend to just do it very, very fast, right? You're just looking for quick contrast on your metallics, right? So whether it's the steel or the bronze on these guys, it's all done super fast. Whether I can dry brush it like I do on the steel, wash, cutting corners and using that jump in volume or vibrancy of your paint as the defining factor. That's all I'm doing here with this gun. You'll see that the next color that we use is white-blue. And white-blue will be such a jump in value from what we've used here.
I love white blue.
It's such a good color.
Awesome.
Val needs check the VODs that are on YouTube because I think Gabe has been putting all the streams over there.
Which one is Val needs looking for?
The I think the non-metallic metal, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely gone over
Hey,
non-metallic
somebody
metal a
likes
bunch
us.
over the months on stream periodically. You
Hey,
talked
somebody
about it when
likes
you were
us.
doing your.
Or maybe is it the sorry, because now I'm going back and Val Needs was the one that asked about the speed paint.
Oh
with the
yeah,
custom wash, so
I
it
mean
might be
there's
that too.
there's a
Either
great
way, you'll find
one. That's pretty much even a dedicated stream to it. Gosh, when did I do the croak? I did it about
I was going to say Lord Croak,
a month and change ago.
probably.
It's like a whole stream of me just working on exactly what you're looking for, which is me using the transparents to get all the base colors done on this guy right here. We're zoomed way in. Because this guy, I painted in 7 hours on stream using predominantly transparents and glazing and washes and everything to get there. And I did it all on stream, and I talked about it all on stream while I was doing it. So if you want to be able to replicate this sort of stuff, that's a great video to go back and watch. And if you just go back through the pictures of the videos, just find one that has croak on it, and it's the first of the 2, because I think I only spent 2 days on it, maybe 3 at the most.
Yeah, he came out great.
You've been using Kenny's Blood Angel non-metallic metal lately, and it's great to get on the table, but later I want to go back and nice it up a bit. Yeah. I mean, that's the nice thing about quick non-metallic metal, is it's all about just getting the right application of value for light and shadow. And then once you're there, you can go back and you can refine it a little bit more later, but most of your work is done. And I think the more that you do the quick non-metallic the metal, the faster your regular non-metallic metal gets, because you're just doing a shortcut version of your regular stuff. You're just not doing all those super smooth blends and stuff that you would do on the things that would take a long time.
What size base is that, Jason, on that Rhino?
I think this is a 65 millimeter dreadnought base. He's supposed to have a 75 mil on it.
75 mil? Okay.
Yeah, our heavy infantry for the game are 75 mil bases.
Okay, got it. 75 mil.
Yeah, anywhere from 50, basically from 55 to 75. So this base would be legit for the game for heavy infantry, but you can go up to 75. So for a modeling perspective,
Yeah.
I would use the biggest base I could.
Okay.
And this particular model will come with a 75 mil base when we do them for production. We didn't do the bases with the initial sculpts when we did the casts this time around.
$75 mil. Got
That's
it.
a big old base.
Yeah, light infantry are 25 mil,
Okay.
up to 25 mil, which there's not really anything smaller than that.
Yeah.
Light infantry are 25 mil, medium infantry are 50 mil, heavy infantry are 75 mil.
Got it.
So the heavy scale's the biggest, right? We've
Yep.
shown the models themselves from various factions here, right? But you've got the light infantry on the left on a 25 mil base, the medium infantry on a 50, and then this guy on technically on a 65 right now, but it'll be a 75 when it's done. But you can see the scaling of light infantry to medium infantry to heavy infantry. The heavy infantry in our game are brutal. So they are, bigger than your dreadnought size models.
Yeah, they're just designed to mess stuff up. If you get them into the lights are not going to have a good day.
Everything on the table without some sort of boost to its defense dies in one hit to a heavy, except for another heavy.
Got it.
In melee.
In melee.
They're slow and ponderous in most cases. There are ways to speed them up, but heavies can't be sped up to move like lights can, no matter what you do. But when a heavy gets into a light, it removes the light from the table.
Got it.
And honestly, there's out of 350 some odd abilities, there's like maybe 5 that would save that light.
Okay.
Maybe 6.
Got it.
So the game is really tactical movement, right?
Right.
It's like hanging out in chess and putting your pawn out there in front of a rook, right? I mean, there's nothing in chess that a piece can do against another piece. And our game plays a lot like that, meaning that you can't get too attached to your models if you should move them incorrectly.
Got it.
They literally get erased. So
Right.
there's no saving throws. All models are
No
multi-wound
saving.
models, but heavies do enough damage with their fists and melee weapons that there are not enough multi-wounds on any other model on the table other than another heavy
Yeah.
to survive. And even another heavy, if it gets punched once by a opponent heavy,
Oh, okay.
dies the next time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
So
chunks
they're-
off way more than half their health when a heavy hits them.
Yeah. So how many heavies would you max see on a table?
There is one faction in the game that has what we call an archetype, that it can lay down its archetype card, and that card is basically, imagine when you set your armies up, you get to pick an archetype out of your abilities.
Yeah.
And there are initially there's 3 archetypes per faction, and they change dramatically the way that faction plays.
Yeah.
So one faction has an archetype that makes heavies cheaper so that they can field 4.
Ooh.
They can't field anything else if they field 4 heavies, but they can field 4 heavies. Generally, you would only be able to field a max of 3 heavies
Max
with
of
no
3.
other support. And 3 heavies by themselves, we've made it to where spam is not necessarily what you want to do. You can. The better players will be able to spam light infantry and utilize all of those extra activations to their benefit.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be like somebody who is played long enough to really have mastered their army against somebody who hasn't yet mastered it. Because 2 players of equal skill, spam won't win you the game.
Yeah.
You would be, and there's no luck. There's no RNG in our game. So your luck is that your opponent made a bad move.
Yeah.
Is the only luck that you would have. There's no dice rolling. There's no RNG in the numeric randomness. There's no flipping a card to see what number you get, just like it's basically the same as rolling a die.
Right.
So there's none of that. There's no RNG. It's literally you move, you do what you wanted to do, and your planning versus your opponent's planning and tactics is the only thing that wins you the game.
Gotcha.
Beating your opponent is what wins the game. You will never be beaten by RNG in our game. So
Yeah. That's what's fun about it.
I say that there is one minuscule RNG component that is getting your abilities when you need them.
Oh, that's kind of, yeah, I guess
But you get
so.
to define your abilities in the game,
Yeah.
and so that would teach you to define your abilities differently
Yeah.
next time if you're never getting the one you want. If you're relying on like one obscure combo that takes 2 or 3 things to come together the way it is, that's the only way that you could feel like it might beat you with RNG.
I see.
You
Gotcha.
know, I never get the 3
It's like
things I need at the
you're
same time.
waiting for the combo, essentially.
Yeah, so don't build on obscure combos.
Yeah.
And you'll be fine.
Jordan, that looks really cool.
Thank you.
We do have one, like Jen's saying, the bot is down right now. It's not working right.
The bot's taking a day off.
But it should
Taking
be Monument Hobbies. Just
Mo
YouTube-
says
YouTube
models have
Monument
realistic squishiness. Then yes, yeah. Relapse, yeah, it is. We've been talking a lot about it. I can't go into super depth because we are in what we call early stage alpha, pre-alpha, early pre-alpha. What did we say? It was alpha 0.1 is where we're at right now.
Yeah,
In the game.
yeah.
We've done quite a bit of play testing actually, and so we have a lot done. The game has been a brainchild of mine for over a decade. So a lot of the playability is already kind of built in. Now we're just fine-tuning the abilities to make sure that the numbers and the math works out. Do models have enough wounds to feel like you can make one non-grievous error with a model and survive?
Yeah.
Or are the numbers going to be built towards, oh, should have moved there, lose that guy?
Yeah.
You know, because there's a validity to both. But we also want it to still feel like it's a hobby game first and foremost. We're a hobby company. So the game is built around cool models with the ability to enjoy the army for what it looks like, play by that rule of cool. We've mentioned it a lot recently. The rules are, I want to say that the rules per faction are kind of interchangeable model to model. So when we say model agnostic, that's what we mean. You can bring models that you like, but we will be making models like the Rhino that you see me painting, and the other models that we're doing. If you find one that you like from us, or a warband that you like, or just an individual model that you can like, you can mix and match them to make a really cool warband to fight with. The rules then are per faction has a play style, and within those play styles break down into initially 3 different archetypes, like I said. So if you like, armies that run around and beat people in the face, right, and smack people and are really melee centric, there's a faction that's very run around, smack people in the face, melee centric, but it also then branches out into 3 ways you can play that run around, smack people in the face that have different bonuses and different abilities attached to the way you would play that. So we've given it a lot of depth, but it's not tied to models.
The model thing is so fun.
Yeah, none of the abilities are tied to a specific model. There are no character models currently in the game. There's an expansion that will bring... What do you need, babe?
I'm just trying to turn this light on.
Oh,
It's a red button, push button, down on the bottom right of all the buttons.
Yeah. Gosu, I will explain to you when we get a spare moment. I'm happy to do so.
Chris may need to help you. You may have turned the thing down.
Oh, it got turned down. Yeah, so you got to turn it on and then you got to turn it back.
Somebody
on.
hit the down button enough trying to turn it on.
I was trying to turn it off and I didn't know how to turn it off, so I turned it down and then.
No, it's plugged in.
Oh, here it is.
There's a red button that turns it on, and then you might have to turn the
There's a little dial.
dimmer
You just
up.
turn it up.
Sounds like. Gosu, would you be okay explaining that workup? He's asking.
Yes, abso-freaking-lutely. So it is a base, so base coat with our black primer, and then over that you can either hand apply or airbrush dark jade. Kind of works either way. If you're doing a large flat surface or like a terrain piece, I would probably stipple on the dark jade just to get a little bit of that texture.
Mm-hmm.
But on a model like this, I just airbrushed it on because it's faster. Because I'm not going to see the subtlety of the dark jade coming through with the stippling. And then what I did is I went back in and I stippled with the green oxide from the new Signature Series set. And went through and created a little bit of this kind of texture, right? You can see on these, just to make it look like a verdigris all over the very, very, very heavily worn. And then I did that color, and then I went back over it with a lighter touch of turquoise. You can use the regular right side up turquoise. Upside down turquoise, as we all know, works a little bit better.
Very, very rare.
But they're very rare. They're very lucrative, and Jen hoards them all.
They're all mine.
Yeah, they're all Jen's.
Jason steal them.
But yeah, you just use turquoise, and you get that final little bit of punch. And then after that, you take a nice dry brush. I'm using our DD3 here, and you do a very light, subtle dry brush over it to build up that bronze coming back. And this is with dark bronze out of the new set.
So I have a technical question about the dry brushing of metallics, right?
Yeah.
So I've been using that technique for a couple weeks now.
Oh, from the short?
Yeah. Jason showed me a while ago.
Yeah, this is the same technique.
Yeah,
like, same
so
application. It's just different colors.
if I'm looking for more of like a metallic-y red. How would I achieve that?
Would you like when you say metallic-y red? What
Yeah,
exactly?
Yeah, metallic red.
Okay.
What
With metallics?
so basically I've got that base, right?
Burnt red and metallic medium works tremendously.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I totally forgot about the metallic medium.
Yeah, the metallic medium allows you to create whatever metal color you want.
I was literally talking about that with Gabe yesterday.
It will, because of the nature of the metal flake in there, that really bright platinum metal flake.
Right.
It's aluminum, and so it will act like a tint, like a white.
Okay.
So you want to start with a darker red. If you start with a bold pyro red into it, it will start to lighten up and pink out on you pretty quick.
Okay.
So you might add some red transparent in with it if you do that.
Okay.
But the burnt red is a great way to start. You take a little bit of burnt red, a little bit of bold pyro red in with your metallic medium, and bingo, you got a great combo
Oh.
for red and metallic.
Right.
Zambi's asked, what if you add transparent red into gold?
You can do that as well.
Yep.
That's going to give you a deep red. It's going to trend a little bit warmer because of the yellow and the gold. So
Okay, got
just
it.
be aware. But either way is good to start.
Yeah. My favorite gold recipe is actually a mixture of our rich gold and transparent brown. So you can definitely mix transparents into our metallics.
Haven't tried
and they
that
work
yet.
Really, oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, the
I'm
transparents along with our
doing
metallic
before I
paints.
leave.
If you've been here for a stream where I paint my fingernails, it's one of the things that I love the most about the transparents is that the way you can use them along with the metallics. The bronze and blue transparent together are amazing.
bronze and blue?
Yeah, it makes like a seafoam metallic. It's a really, really good color. It's a glass. I usually try to use that when I'm demoing people.
I'm going to be painting a
Mo
lot
said-
of metal.
Mo also is saying that copper is a red metallic.
Yep.
Copper. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Could be painting a lot of metal.
Jordan Spatsnat wants to know if you have to use your paintbrush upside down when you use the bottle of turquoise.
Yes.
Yes.
You also need to be standing on your head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
No.
For best results.
There's
For
rules.
You
best
don't have
results.
to, but
Artwork
results
is-
are not guaranteed if you don't do those things.
Artwork is all about the rules, people.
Yes.
It's all about rules.
We are all
Oh, there's a
about
rule
rules
book
here.
for sure.
There is, in fact, a rule book. Yeah.
Bronze in anything is good, said Zambies. That is correct.
Yeah, but you get
Bronze is
this
awesome.
such a really cool aged tarnished effect once you start dry brushing the dark bronze back over it. Looks really cool.
Paint Liquor likes transparent orange mixed with dark silver.
Oh.
And Chris, to those of you who are curious what that the rich gold plus the
Yeah.
brown transparent looks like, this is my workup for it.
Oh, okay.
You use it to base coat the whole area of gold with the brown transparent and the rich gold mixed.
Sure.
And it's like a 2-to-1 with 2 being the rich gold.
Okay.
And 1 part brown transparent, and it creates this really deep rich gold.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
And then what I do after that is I give it a wash with the flesh wash,
Okay.
which adds a little bit more warmth to it, and then I'll do a brown wash over it with some glaze and wash medium to really hit all of these recesses, and then after that I'll just dry brush with a little bit of, I think it's the, which one do I use? Bright gold.
Gotcha.
And this is the result.
I see. I dig it.
And it just keeps all of that detail that's in there, and gives you this like really nice, rich, warm color. I love it. It's
I dig it.
my favorite recipe for it. So this guy is probably looking pretty good. I'm gonna move over to this guy now. And you can see how light that this application is going on. You don't want to
Yeah.
go super heavy with it because you really want it to just
I-
lightly dust.
I did that with the first model that I did with my Nurgle, and I went way too heavy on it, but now I just barely do it, and it looks so much better.
Yeah.
So much
It's-
more rusty.
That's what the difference between, if you go like heavy on it, you'll get something that looks kind of like this, right?
Yeah.
Which still looks good,
A little less rusty.
but it's a little less rusty. And then you take it and you do it with a really, really light application, and you get this,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? So that was a lesson I learned when I did it for the first time. But once you figure that out, to go light, it's so easy to do.
Yeah.
The kitten said it looks, it sort of looks like you're cleaning the patina off an actual bronze thing
Yeah.
right now. When you're,
Yeah, and that's kind of like almost what you're trying to replicate, right? Is all those edges are going to get rubbed against more often than everything in the recesses, which is where all of that verdigris and weathering is going to accumulate anyways. So yeah, you are almost just rubbing off all of the patina.
Relapse said, question, what paint would you recommend with a bologna, cheese, lettuce, and tomato sando?
Ice
And
cream.
then, and then bro. I don't know what the bro's for, but
Ice cream is what I would recommend.
Any of our competitors.
yeah, I was going to say not pro.
not Pro Acryl.
Any of our competitors. Because then when you get
Let
sick,
them
you
deal
have
with
to put
it.
their name in
Yeah.
the complaint.
We didn't do it. We didn't name anyone. We didn't name
All of our
names.
competitors' paints taste great. There we go. We'll be
That's
the only,
great.
We'll be the only paint on the planet here pretty soon.
Nailed
Everybody else
it.
is embroiled in FDA lawsuits.
I can only.
Everybody's laughing at Pro Acryl. We're like don't eat the paint.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
right.
turns out we gave everybody
can't-
great advice
we
all the
told you.
time.
I can't
We
miss.
told you.
I can't misbehave because I'm on stream today. Otherwise, I'd tell you guys all my recipes.
Yeah, Chris, don't eat the paint.
And that was a joke. Do not eat the paint.
Punisher is like, I have use for my old Vallejo now. No.
didn't say
Stony,
that.
no.
Stony's like, cowards.
Going backwards.
Cowards. Oh, you bastards.
You guys
Thomas
are
John
hilarious.
Paints would like to know what was the color workup for the troll skin.
The troll skin?
Yeah.
That would be a Jason question because Jason.
What troll
was the one-
skin?
That one.
The
Is that my model?
Yeah.
yeah.
That one is yours. This one's mine.
That's the one you
That one's
painted
mine.
a long time ago.
Yeah, you did that one. That one's you. It looks great.
I have video proof of that one.
I have video proof of that one.
Can I see that model?
You may.
I got a
Jen's
great
laughing because she knows exactly what the answer is.
I got a great shot of that one.
This one?
Yeah, dude.
That one's all you. That's all you, buddy. I
Dark
love
purple. And then I mixed together, I think...
Is it very? I mean, it looks very
Mo's
similar
magic
to the. what
even
you're
knows it
painting
too.
now.
Mo knows
Yeah,
it.
well, it was dark purple and then dark camo green.
Green?
And then over the top of that, I want to say it was blue, black, and khaki mixed,
Oh, blue, black, and khaki sounds familiar.
right? And I think that the blue, black, and khaki is what we're seeing
Yeah.
as the bluish skin, but the khaki kind of greens it out a little bit.
clip that chat because I want to keep that recipe
That's
too.
It's such a cool model.
But it's definitely purple into dark camo green. That's what gives you the base green at the spot where the shadows come out across the tops of the muscles is that camo green. And then over the top of that is the mixture of I believe, blue, black, and khaki.
I love that flavor.
Yeah, Zambi said that is definitely blue, black. I love that flavor. I mean, color.
Zambies.
We're watching you.
We know where you live.
We know where you live. Mo remembers you painting that.
I mean, Mo's been here forever.
Almost
Mr. 82 months or whatever it is.
83.
83 months.
Only 7 years.
Oh,
Mo,
what are
Yeah.
you doing?
we got to come up with something special for these 7-year vets.
Hey,
That's silly.
on the bright side, at least we got the model back before the 7th.
That's true.
Anniversary.
We got the model before the end of the seventh year.
Yeah, your model is all ready to go, Mo. In fact, it might already be gone.
Ready to go, Mo.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they picked up the mail.
Hopefully they picked up the mail today.
Otherwise, I may be departing soon.
Yeah, somebody's gonna come in. Oh, they didn't pick up the mail
I
today.
don't know if I told them.
This is not acceptable. That silver's looking good over there.
Talking to me?
Yeah. I'm not painting silver, you're painting silver.
Stony, have a good night. See you next time.
You out of here, Stoney?
Take it easy.
Good luck. We will see you next week.
Oh my gosh, you're right. This is it.
This is
This is it.
yeah.
The last stream before Gen Con right here, folks.
Yep.
Baby J and I climb on an airplane tomorrow. We are not smart like the Five Guys family or the In-N-Out family. We fly on the same plane.
Yeah.
So if something goes wrong, the stream's
Oh, no.
all gin and Christmas sushi.
Oh.
Thomas John wants to know if the August challenge has been announced yet. Don't believe so.
No.
You'll get a lot of texture base painting on models if I was to come in here and take over. How to use Pro Acryl basing texture on your models. So
As paint.
that's my lesson
As
number
paint?
one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Christmas sushi.
That's
How
my
to use
lesson
basing
number
texture
one.
As paint.
Oh my gosh, your silly models.
Oh, they're
His
delicious.
giants.
Your giants are
His
so
giants are
silly.
covered in like products from Michaels. Michaels like
No,
costuming.
Hobby
division.
Lobby.
Hobby Lobby. The Hobby
Close.
Lobby costume aisle. Like you bought like a
Aquarium
Wookiee suit.
gravel. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it like? Model train?
Any
Stones?
rhinestones or anything?
No rhinestones.
No, just stones.
Just
I've
stones, like
started to
actual stones.
I've started to
Yeah.
go back and add things to them though to
I-
cover my shame. But it's a work in progress. I do love them though.
You know what the best thing is, though, Chris?
What's
is
that?
you wanted to play a game you were new to. You picked an army,
Yep.
and before relying and getting bogged down on the fact that, hey, I don't know if I'm going to get into this because I don't know about the whole painting thing and the hobby thing, and a lot of people get that analysis paralysis. You
Yeah.
dove in the
Did
freaking
it.
deep end, went to like the crazy person aisle of Hobby Lobby, and just made it happen.
That's
I mean,
right.
I'm gonna be honest.
Dude.
I'm gonna help Chris with his next project of doing something like that, and I'm really
And
excited.
then we're going to
about
do
it.
a side-by-side comparison of then and now.
Well, his next one is gonna be garbage men orcs.
Chris knows no fear. Let's just put it out there. For
I
the
try.
I've convinced Chris to do his 40k orcs
Garbage
done
men.
up as garbage men.
Okay.
So all of his trucks are gonna be garbage trucks
Okay. Sounds
with
good.
big piles of
very
trash and
excited.
garbage.
Sounds good.
And his Stampa is gonna be the furnace that they feed all the trash to, and the more
Burn the-
they
Makes
feed
it go.
and it makes it
Makes
go.
it go.
Yeah.
It's like
That's right.
It makes its own ammo.
That's
It's garbage.
that Stampa model is massive.
It's huge.
It's huge.
Huge. For as
Uh,
cheap as it is, it's huge.
It is.
It's not a very cheap
Do
model.
you have the
It's a
boom?
super cheap model.
The boom.
Kim-
Oh,
for-
dollar wise?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
That's what I
points
said.
Wise is what
It's
you were
like
talking
a-
It's still pretty cheap points
What's
wise.
that?
It's like
about.
one.
800 points.
Is it 800 now?
It's 800
Well, they
points.
must have made it do more
They
stuff
did.
now.
People are complaining. It's got a great profile. It's 800 points though. Where
Okay.
it's hopefully when their book comes out, it'll go down in points. But it's a cool looking model though.
Well, wait a minute. Like my Warhound Titan's like 1200, so
Oh yeah, but it's
worse
yours,
than Warhound
it's
Titan
way, yeah, yours is
significantly,
big.
though.
What's that
We're
thing
gonna have
I
a
like?
Titanic
the,
duel.
the Snaz wagon or something like that.
yeah, Boondocka Snazwagon.
Snaz wagon.
What
Jen
is
just likes the
going
car
on?
I
names.
just like
Snaz
the
wagon.
Boondocka Snazwagon.
They're the best.
The Shock Jump Dragster.
Yeah.
If you don't have a trash panda, I'm gonna be
The
disappointed.
Wazbomb Blaster Jet.
Wazbomb
they're,
Blasted.
they're all the names are. What's Gaz's full name? Gazgul Thraka
Yeah.
or something?
Gazgul Thraka
Yeah, he was fun to play.
and his eternally alive.
If you don't have a trash
Drop.
panda, I'm gonna be disappointed. There has to be a raccoon somewhere in there.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
I'll
They
just,
should all be painted up like raccoons.
It-
Oh,
The trash pandas is now your orc.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
funny.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. We need like a panda face.
instead of Grotz do raccoons, that's because right now Gretchens are super good because they give you 1 CP if
Oh,
they're
I
on
like
an
that.
objective.
Make all of your
Oh,
grots
that's awesome.
into
That's
raccoons.
easy. That's an easy play right there.
I think it's Gazgul Mag Uruk Thraka.
That
There's
is,
an
I believe,
Uruk in there
correct.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stompa was just because I wanted a big model. I like big models.
I
Or-
like big
Mag
models.
Thraka is supposed to be Margaret Thatcher.
Look, I wouldn't put it past Gazgul. Who knows?
I'm very into.
T. Schmidt says you've got a model that needs to live on one of your desks.
It is very true. Transporting the Stompa is
Send it in.
not fun.
Not fun.
I have to get like a garage bucket just to transport it.
I was on a pretty long blue-black khaki trio a while. I mean, yeah, it's fantastic. It was very similar to the way we did all the dark blue and khaki on Enzo, right? But I chose to then do the blue-black and push it further because this was all dark blue and khaki.
I love that model. That
I
model
love
turned out
Enzo.
great. I really love the green workup that you did
Yeah.
on his armor plating. That like I don't know, sea foamy like
Yeah,
The eyes
that
are
was where we
crazy.
were testing out the final test on the glaze wash medium.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I did everything with the glaze wash medium for his armor.
Nice.
Now you just need to find a place that will 3D print you out 1,000,000 raccoons.
Oh,
I know.
I'm sure that
The
exists
Gretchen,
somewhere.
that is a great idea for the Gretchen.
Trash
so.
pandas.
Yeah.
Great idea.
I wouldn't have thought about that. I don't even know much about them, so I wouldn't even thought about that. Chris, you're gonna have a really cool orc army.
It's gonna be fun.
It'll never happen.
I'm gonna make it happen.
It's gonna happen, Jason.
I have to admit, Chris and I had a really good time
We did.
when we played.
Good.
Yeah,
That's
we,
awesome.
We had a great time.
I think
I am enjoying the 40K. It's all right.
It's great when you don't take it seriously.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would never, ever, ever want to play it competitively. Ever.
Zambies, enjoy your dinner.
Peace
Have a
out.
good night.
Bye, Zambies. See you later.
Yes, I'm definitely not taking it seriously, which is why I like it.
I'll look, T. Schmidt. I can type it for you, but it might be on.
All right. Where is the regular Browns? Do I have it up here? I probably have it up here.
Most of my games I play, I don't really take too seriously
That's correct.
unless I'm playing the Gargants. Then I get kind of mad.
To be fair, that was the first game I ever played of Age of Sigmar.
This is true.
Need I
Yes,
remind
T.
you?
Schmidt. It's on the contact page.
And I got destroyed.
I let it rip.
You're like, I'm
Chris
gonna
is
teach
not
this
the
guy
one
how
you
to
want to have teach you how to play.
play. No, no,
No, not at all. I'm the opposite, probably.
Chris is great.
But when I pull out my Gargants, because they're the most simple rule set, I'm all right when it comes to it, because I don't have to remember anything, which is awesome.
This guy stomps over here.
Move big model, hit enemy. Done. Your turn.
Yeah.
That's it.
It asks very simple questions. I am big, do lots damage. Can you kill me?
That's it. That's all she wrote.
To be fair, I think orcs will probably be a very similar sort of situation.
That's right.
Have big stick.
Nurgle, though. I've been loving Nurgle.
Yeah.
My
Is that a little bit more
My stinky Nazgul. That's what I call him.
stinky Nazgul?
Hey, T. Schmidt, if you have trouble with that address, put Suite 101. The post office sometimes gets angry about our address.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so odd.
Well,
Yeah.
because it used to have 4.
It used to be multiple.
Oh, right.
No
Someone tried
matter
to send
what
me
we
something
tell
here,
them.
And he was like, that didn't
It's
work.
like, guys, we own the whole building now.
Yeah. And I have called the post office and they've updated it, but I think it's taken a year and a half still, and it's still not right. So sometimes it gets a little picky. So just add Suite 101.
Jason, when do you get that big Titan thing?
has it?
They said they were shipping it today, so
I
Oh,
thought you already
okay.
had it.
we'll see.
Oh, no, you said it was delayed.
Oh, man, it might have to be a Titan painting party over here.
Your
Well-
kitchen sink broke, Lumberjack Tim.
Apparently by me.
Are you?
Yeah, remember, Baby J has to paint the Warhound.
Oh, you have
plaid.
to paint it? That's great.
He's
Has to
gonna
paint
make
it
me do it.
plaid
You
and
know-
hot pink.
Plaid hot pink?
Not my choice.
Not mine either, so it's probably not really going to happen. But
Wait, where was that from?
Who
Chat.
do you think? Who do you think made that decision?
That was a trick question. Chat, stay in school.
Stay in school.
Hot pink plaid? Oh, my.
we are not painting the Warhound hot pink and plaid.
No,
Sorry.
what you do is you paint it lime green, and then we green screen it, and
It's whatever we want it to
it's
be.
whatever we want it to be.
That's how you get plaid.
That's how you get plaid.
That's how you get the plaid to work. Just don't
Look
tell
at this, we
chat,
painted it.
because they'll want some. Isn't that where that whole painting plaid thing originated? Somebody was like using green screen to paint plaid on stuff.
Yes.
Yep.
That's funny.
The guy did like green paint and,
And then
opened the
just-
opened the paint thing, and it looked like plaid paint.
It just keytoned it, and they're
Yeah,
just like,
That's all they did it.
Everybody freaked out.
And they did. They're like, "Oh my god, I need this in my life."
I bet that guy was just laughing, just dying.
Gosh,
You know who wasn't laughing?
Everybody
Paint
who
department
couldn't
at
get-
Home Depot and Lowe's.
seriously. You want to know how many calls they got for plaid paint that day?
No, literally, I'll bring my phone in. You can see this video on TikTok.
This guy really did plaid paint. Yeah.
Yes. If I don't hear from
I think painting orcs will be fun because I don't have to be as clean with them because they're already kind of messy.
That is the great thing about orcs, is that you can kind of get away with murder.
Yeah.
with how you paint them if you want to do the junkyard aesthetic. That's what my whole work deal
Dude,
was.
your
conversions
because
are
you let
so
me
cool.
borrow yours over the weekend. Those Orc Boy ones with the different legs and all that, those
Yeah.
were cool.
You can have them.
Yeah,
I might take them from you.
You can have them. I'm not going to do anything with them.
Where did you get those little legs?
Huh? What are you saying, Carter?
He
Might
said
not
bye.
see you, so
Bye.
we're saying goodbye.
He's saying goodbye. Have a good, safe trip.
Bye.
We'll see you when we get back.
Take it easy, Carter.
I'm
chilling out.
Slam Two Face said salutations from England.
Whoa.
Any
Oh.
Hello.
tips? Any tips for picking up old unfinished minis? Dad of 2 young ones, 1 and 2-year-old. Want to refriend my Bombwix baby.
Wait. Well, oh,
Like,
Any
are
tips for
you looking
picking
about
up-
like
oh.
buying?
No, I
old
think like
models?
restarting painting minis that are like
Oh,
been.
going back to.
They've been put on the shelf and they're
Yeah.
getting back into the hobby.
Oh,
I mean, you can just primer over them depending on how painted they are, or you can just let them have at it.
Start from scratch.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Definitely not. I have no fear.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Texture paint them.
Don't do that.
We have Monument has
Go get some-
great
go get
basic
some-
textures.
Go get some wall paste. and just-
Golden Earth. What's the Golden Earth Brown? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, golden
Yeah,
brown.
golden
earth.
Golden
Yep.
brown
Golden
earth.
Earth.
Yeah.
That great texture paint.
Gosh.
Please do not listen to the man in the comfy chair.
The man in the comfy chair will lead you astray.
I would never.
Yes, you would.
I'm
You have
getting.
a shelf of shame. Now you have no fear of texture paint.
Yes,
No.
that's the thing. Think
No.
outside the model.
Here we go.
Think outside the model.
That's
What?
right.
Fat's waiting for the transparent metallic plaid texture paint.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait for Baby J to have to paint a Titan.
I have a lot of fun picking up old models and going back to them, or what I refer to as like the eBay rescue models that you see me paint. Sometimes I'll just go ahead and order in models that I need for a particular army, and I look around and I make sure that it looks like it was kind of built right, doesn't have a lot of cleanup necessary. But I'm really not afraid of like the paint that I get, and some of them I'll even take and like paint over the colors using the colors that were on it. I don't know that I have any here as an example. The one model that I know of is an orc model, and I don't think he's over here.
Which one is it?
He's over in the case. Oh, but here's a good example of a model I picked up off of eBay that I would just paint right over. I haven't started it yet, but
What was that what he was looking
like this thing is a conversion that I found of a Nurgle
Oh
character
yeah,
for Age of Sigmar that they
that
put on the
looks
fly
gross.
body, and
That is very
yeah.
gross.
It's a Lord of Plagues on a plague drone, which
yeah,
is
and they've turned him into a
super cool.
demon prince basically.
Yeah,
right?
super
So-
cool.
Made him into a demon prince, but I don't even really need to reprime this. I might go over it with some black brown primer just to darken things up, but I wouldn't make the black brown primer opaque. I would just use it as a way to shade the whole thing down, almost like a wash, and then use these as base colors. So even if it's something that you've done in the past and you want to come back to it, there's a really good
Ugh.
way to make that happen.
I forgot how gnarly that thing was.
Yeah, it's gross, right?
It really is gross.
Stinger. It's gross. But yeah, that was like $10 on eBay. So
Does it not normally have the stinger on it?
No,
no,
Oh wow.
not like that.
it
No,
normally
this.
has a ball.
Yeah,
Because it attaches to the base by the thing on its tail, which is
Oh.
like its melee attack or something like that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that one actually is a cool model.
Yeah, it was a neat conversion, just bad
Yeah.
paint. And so I looked at that and I was like, $10, send it, and we
$10
paid it up because
Yeah.
we can make a model like that look cool. So
Yeah.
even if it's a model you started years ago before you learned really cool painting techniques, and you pick it up and you're like, man, I really wish I had been a better painter back then. Use those colors. It's a really good challenge, right?
Yeah.
It's a really good way to test yourself, to go through and say, how can I use the colors that are on this but make it better knowing what I know now? A lot of times it's really as easy as adding better highlights and shadows to the colors you already did, because generally where we start is base layers, some wash, and the models look pretty flat because there's just no transition from dark to light that makes sense. And so you can go in and glaze shadows and highlights on it and give it a good matte varnish, and you'd be surprised at how good your models can look. That was awesomely gross. It is awesomely gross. That's why I was attracted enough to purchase it.
It is a rough looking model.
That guy could feel the horrible things that was happening to him. He would not like it.
Papa Nurgle, man.
Papa Nurgle
Gives
giving-
gifts.
Yeah.
He's a generous gift giver.
What a generous giver of gifts.
Hey, Brennan just brought in a couple boxes that you were asking about earlier.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
What is that?
Oh.
I didn't know if it was something
That's an interesting.
that you wanted before.
What is it?
What have we here?
Uh-oh.
Oh no. What is it?
Oh, he's bringing
I
it
feel
over
like
to.
you guys are about to be jealous of something. I don't even know what this is.
Go to Jordan Solo. I don't want him to see this before I'm ready.
Uh-oh.
All right,
What is it?
man. I'm not even gonna be doing
I
much.
can't even
I'm gonna
see
be
him
watching
over
him do
here.
it.
What is it?
You need a blade.
You
got
paint your models.
I can do
You
both,
pretend there's a wall here.
but I want to look.
You can see later.
Is it the Titan?
Yeah, T. Schmidt said, is it a Titan?
Is it
Well,
what?
Jason laughed, or I don't know if I should be happy.
I
or
don't know.
terrified.
He was asking if it was a Titan.
You
A
should be
Titan? No, it's
terrified.
not a Titan. I don't think that other one is either. The Titan's coming from California, so it would be very quick to get here. But
Somebody's excited.
I'm gonna go show Jen first.
What's
'cause
in
Jen's
the
gonna get a big
box?
kick out of this.
What's in the box?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Right?
I'm not sure I'm gonna like this.
Wow.
Right?
I'm concerned.
Does it have to? Is it something
So,
involved
hey,
with
chat.
Baby J?
Oh my gosh.
Probably.
You guys are gonna.
Hey, chat. Some people are gonna squee
Wait.
here.
Should I put it back on you now?
Yeah, you can put it back on me. I'm gonna. Hey, is Zambi still here?
She went to dinner.
Zambi's went to
Yeah.
dinner. Well,
Yeah.
her loss.
Oh no.
Her loss. What if I were to show you something like that?
Paint liquor?
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Or what if I was to show you something like that?
I can't see because the chat hasn't caught up and there's too many screens in front of my
Or maybe something like that.
Oh my gosh, I can't see him yet.
Or maybe like that.
You know what those are?
It's coming.
Or
it's coming.
perhaps even something like that.
Oh, I like that one. That's mine.
Or
What
maybe
is it?
something like that.
Do you know what these are?
What are these?
Fluorescent paints.
Fluorescent paints?
I'm actually really excited.
What?
Yeah, I got all the colors together to the lab, and the lab was sending back the formula. We had to alter the formula, so
Wow.
there's some chemical properties to Pro Acryl that don't want to work really well with the fluorescent pigments.
Okay.
So we had to do some changes.
Is this
but-
Jen's signature line right here?
This is the Gen signature set.
Is
This
that
is
what
the
we're looking
unicorn
at?
signature set.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
the name right there. Unicorn pink. Unicorn green.
Yeah.
I fell in
just
love with
just
fluorescence.
unicorn all the colors.
Yeah, I don't think we can really do them justice as to how freaking bright they are.
No.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Those
looking
are really
at them
bright.
on my screen, and it's not even close.
I gotta stand up for this.
Yeah, you got to look at them in person.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's like a really bad
The
80s,
kitten,
like
you are,
Yeah,
you are
it's
correct.
great.
like the shirt, like the Madonna shirt that hung off your shoulders.
It's
That's
like
a really
a Lisa
bad 80s
Frank
Very
callback.
Madonna shirt.
Very
So,
80s.
Lisa Frank callback.
oh yeah, very very Lisa Frankish. Huh?
Yeah, the kitten said if they're good, the camera won't accurately display.
Yeah.
Yeah. They definitely do not.
I kind of want to. Do we have a red over there?
The magenta.
Just
Oh,
an
that's
example.
cool. That's fun.
Ooh.
That green is very, very bright.
Will they glow under black lights?
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh my
That
gosh.
is so
That.
green.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is your green screen green
It
paint.
is green screen green, like super.
Oh my gosh, it'd be so fun to do some like
Super
paint
crazy.
a model and then green screen over it.
Super crazy.
That is awesome. That is
Toy
super
brightness
cool.
from the early 90s. Yeah, when you look at them, they don't look like paints I would ever use because they look like the kind of stuff you'd find in like the kiddie section of the art store.
I would use those all
They
day.
are bright, bright, bright. But when you want fluorescence, that's what you want.
I really
You
want
want
this
super
one of these.
duper
Wow.
ultra fluoro.
Ooh, I want to paint a lightsaber with them.
Oh, that would be a great idea.
Oh, I want to paint a lightsaber with them so bad. Can you imagine using the green or the orange and yellow? Ooh.
Omicron already wants to know when they'll be released.
Surprise.
I do plan for this to be our next set, so probably by end of year. We have some testing to do, obviously. This is the first day I've had the lab sample, so...
They literally just...
Oh, this is first,
just
like,
They literally just showed up.
first time.
Yeah, that's what Brennan brought in.
Oh my
Jason
goodness.
was asking for him earlier.
This is history in the making.
Got a Lumineth lamp.
There you go.
See how it looks just real quick. No effort. Let's just throw it in this Lumineth lamp. Holy balls.
Now, one of the things with fluorescent paints that I'm experienced with, having used them in the past, is they typically are very translucent, right?
Oh yeah, very translucent. Fluorescent pigment is very translucent.
Yeah.
Now, when you say translucent, is that kind of the same definition as transparent?
Yeah, same thing.
Same
Okay.
thing.
We chose to call them transparent paints because people will kind of understand that better
Yeah.
than translucent, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
so-
Ooh, look at that green.
I also feel like, generally speaking, when paints are referred to as being translucent or transparent, typically they use the term transparent.
In video, we use the term transparent.
Interesting.
In
Okay.
paint, it's translucence.
Okay.
Look at the tip of the brush.
Yeah.
It's so bright.
Yeah, that's stupid.
You know what? That would look cool in an airbrush, like what you were talking about earlier, like the transparent white. Like if you wanted
Even when
something.
I shade it, it's brighter than everything else.
Wow.
What Tom said, I sent Zambi's a pic. She wants them now.
Wow.
One layer over white, right? If I take them and I do, over black, you'll see that what Jordan's talking about is true. They're very, very translucent, right? But this will give you an idea of if you were doing like a OSL glow. This is no thinning.
Yeah.
No thinning. Straight out of the bottle.
The glow, those would be really cool for glow effects, like what you're talking about.
That's the whole point of the
Yeah.
fluorescence, is the ability to do glow and techniques like that. You can pair this with the white transparent,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
And put the white transparent, or let's just do that real quick. Let's take some white transparent.
The green with it will be dope.
Eye lenses, things like that you want to just paint real quick that are supposed to have some sort of a glow,
Mm-hmm.
right? This is the transparent white. So, again, no thinning. You can kind of treat it like a wash. You can
Panic
just
Bomb said, yeah, I'll need that green for reasons, Nurgle reasons. That's right. That's right. That's cool.
That's just the power of the transparent white. And then let's take the like the orange. Kitten, yeah, and all those are really blacklight paints, not really what I would call fluorescent paints. If they're opaque, they're blacklight paints. They have a tremendous amount of titanium pigment in them for the opacity. And they have so much of the fluoro pigment in them to get the color back. Like you said, they're really, really hard to use. And they're textured too, right? They're made for painting bigger things.
Move up just a little. There you go.
Yeah, I just was getting the paint off with my thumb. Yeah, so just a base layer of transparent white, let it dry real quick. You can still get the same vibrancy out of it,
Yeah.
even over black primer. And even the green without anything added to it gave it a good coverage. Obviously not a fluoro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do some testing on that. Set up a model for some OSL. Find something with a plasma gun that we got sitting around here, or like the magic globe on his. That
Yeah.
green is insane.
Yeah.
On the
Like, the
black.
camera won't even pick it up. The camera starts blowing it out, making it look more yellow than it really is. It's a really, really good, solid green. Look at that.
Yeah. Let me take a look. Wow. Wow. Yeah, you just can't tell.
The camera won't
camera.
like it. The camera doesn't like that.
Yeah. That'll be a cool thing to put through the airbrush. Go.
Crashing Adam says, any chance you've considered making a panel liner type pins for those of you that are bad at everything that involves a brush? No, honestly, the ones that are already made are pretty good. The ones that like the Gundam guys use, or the Micron pins, things like that, are good choices.
A pen?
I've used the Micron pins for doing text on parchment and things like that for a long time. So I would never feel bad about telling you to go use those.
Like a paint pen?
No, it's just an ink pen, the Micron
Oh.
pens.
Oh, okay.
But you can put it on as long as you don't brush varnish over the top of it.
Okay.
If you spray varnish to lock it in, you're generally pretty good. The Micron pens don't like brushing water-based stuff over the top, or any stuff over the top. They'll tend to move around.
Yeah. Cool. That's a cool color.
I'm super excited about it, to be honest. I think that's super duper cool. I go off
The
with-
fluoros?
Oh yeah.
I was going to surprise you with those.
Me?
So you're now pleasantly surprised.
I am pleasantly surprised. 100%.
And by surprise, that means that I just don't communicate very well around here.
I mean, you've been busy. We have Gen Con. I've been busy. It's
I got the notification and talked to the guys earlier this week and was like, oh, that'll be great if they get here before Gen Con and we can show them off. And then I promptly forgot to tell you.
It's okay.
Still love you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm glad you asked about them out there, because then they knew to send them back.
Yeah, I told Brennan, hey, if there's supposed to be a box show up today, could you
Also,
bring
that
it
must
to me?
mean UPS just picked up too. Don't worry about those things.
This is the dark burgundy from the new set as well that I'm putting on here. The base coat for all the red that I'm doing.
We do have our next 2 signature series paint sets coming out next week. That's what Jordan is using right now.
Mm-hmm.
Artists this time are Ben Comets and Matt Ses. I can never say that
Seshwish.
man's last name.
Seshwish.
Seshwish.
Yeah.
Seshwish. Very difficult. We just call him Ben and Matt around
Yep,
here.
it's Ben and Matt.
The Ben and Matt sets. Thank you, Gosu.
I had
Really
to do a double take when you know how you asked me to do all the the videos for the new boxes.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to make sure that I say his name right
Oh, you had to say his full
because I have to
name.
do the
Oh my
voice.
gosh,
I have to
yeah.
do the
Yeah, yeah.
voiceover. So
I mean, almost
Oh.
Damon and Affleck. That basically Damon and Affleck. Yes.
yeah.
That's funny. I didn't even think about that.
Ben comments and Matt says swish.
Alrighty, fam. I'm gonna head out.
How dare you?
Now you got things to do.
Now we've got things to do.
He doesn't have things to do. He's just leaving.
No, you want to know what? I have been inspired to get painting
Are you
Yeah.
actually going to go home and paint?
at some point. Yes, I do have to do a couple things, but
I see how it is.
I've been inspired to paint.
Good. Make it so.
Good luck at the show.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Have a great time.
We will have a good time.
Hi, Christopher.
Thanks for letting me be on.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Thank you for visiting.
Have a good one.
See you later.
We love having guests.
Thomas John Paints store. We're gonna start shipping them out to the stores that have ordered them tomorrow. Those stores will start getting them within a couple days,
End of the week.
and they can sell them when they get them. So check your local store. I would put the FLJS link up, but I don't think it works because the bot
Because the silly bot
having a rough day today.
having a rough day.
It probably got turned off and back on. That's what happened last time. but-
Okay.
Do we even have the? Do I have the ability to turn that on and off? I want to make sure I
No.
didn't do it on accident.
No.
Okay.
If you are in Canada or basically anywhere outside of the US, that's easier than listing all the other places. They'll be in a couple weeks, probably.
Takes a little time for this stuff
Takes
to.
a little longer to get there.
Yeah.
It's kind of far away.
Far away. Everybody likes to dot their T's and cross their I's whenever all that stuff comes into.
Mo, that's always my first suggestion when people have a hard time with something is turn it off, turn it back on. So yeah, the bot apparently.
That's generally just the best advice you
Yeah.
can ever give somebody.
Yeah. Unless
it off and
you're
turn it back on.
unless you're
Yeah.
dealing with the bot, then no.
Yeah.
Lion Creative would like to know, Baby J, if
Yeah.
we will know the. Well, I've added the Baby J part. If we will know the August challenge today.
I have not given it much thought, to be honest.
It is August.
It is in fact August. Worst case scenario, since Jason and I will be commuting to Gen Con tomorrow, I'm sure we can have a brief conversation about it and come up with something.
Oh, now.
They'll chat on
now
the,
he's
on
passed the
plane.
buck to me.
I didn't. I said we can have a wonderful conversation about it together and come up
You
with
act
something.
like I want to talk to you
fantastic.
while we're traveling.
Okay, then I will come up with something and I'll post it on Discord. And then I'll say, Jason, I'm doing this. And he will grunt and be like, And then I'll just post it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be good.
Yeah.
Division Ring, Canada is very far from where we are in the U.S. We're like
Yeah.
on the opposite side.
It's about as far as you can get. Almost. Tip of Florida is pretty far away from Canada.
T. Schmidt said, in celebration of the fluoro samples arriving, the August challenge should be the brightest models ever.
I was thinking about doing something kind of like that, but
Fatsnat remembers that maybe you mentioned freehand previously.
Oh, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's what it
freehand
was.
month. Okay,
Spats wins.
there it is. Freehand month. Thanks, Batsnat. I appreciate you because I have been trying to figure out what the heck it was.
Yep.
For like the last
it
2 or
came
3
about when
days.
we were talking about the panels for the Warhound.
Yeah.
Well, but Division Ring Hawaii is one of the states, though.
There it is. You don't even have to wait, and we don't have to talk about it tomorrow.
Thank God.
Yeah, I know.
Thank God. I didn't want to talk to this guy. Just sit next to him on the plane.
We're not even next to each other on the plane.
Dude, we are. I put a row in between us, but
Oh,
you're
are we both
literally
the-
on the same numbered aisle.
Or you
Yeah,
both
we are
on
on
the
the same
aisle
number now.
seats?
Opposite sides of the aisle, same row.
I didn't realize we were both aisle seats. I guess that makes sense because we're yeah.
You can hold hands in the aisle.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
no.
Great.
Are we? A, B, and E?
Yeah. You are B.
You're E though.
Yeah, there's no C or D.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's A, B, E, F.
Oh.
On that plane.
Odd.
Are you in like the first 4 rows?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 2. I saw that when I. Thank you for sending me that, by the way. I don't know if you sent me that.
I don't think I did.
Oh, I got a
'Cause
random notification on my email.
I forgot to. I remembered like in the middle of the night that I was supposed to send it to you yesterday,
Oh no, it's fine.
and I did not.
I got an email about it this morning.
I did. That was
and,
me.
The holding hands part is important.
No, no, it's not. Not at all.
The holding hands part?
I need you guys to be quiet. If he touches me during the plane flight, I'm screaming.
Okay, done. We're gonna have a really entertaining plane flight.
T. Schmid would like to know, is this like canvas style freehand painting, or freehand equals painting a feature that is not molded into the model?
That one. I mean, if you want to paint a canvas in miniature form, I'm down.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Paint a little miniature Bob Ross who is painting on a canvas.
I'll put all the details out for it. I think my initial thoughts are to just have freehand be on the model, be it like tattoos or like Spatsnet. You got it right. Yeah. It's freehand like tattoos, flat shields, wood planks on a flat base. I mean, I would say it should probably be on a model of some kind.
Oh yeah.
Because we're painting miniatures here. But yeah, freehand on a miniature of some kind.
Aptifine Painting, thank you for that sub. 53 months.
Ooh, 53 months. That's pretty good.
Timers
Come
around
on.
today.
We got all sorts of veterans here of the stream getting their resubs in. It still freaks me out sometimes realizing how long you guys have actually been streaming.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, coming up on 8 years. Seems silly now.
Jason has streamed for longer than I've
Well-
known him.
Oh yeah, I've streamed since 2012. So
That's crazy. Gosu, I'm the same way. When I did this guy, I like fell in love with how dark and like kind of grimdark it ended up, and I was like, okay, I'm doing this whole army like this. And it's so easy. I mean, doing this sort of thing is just so stinking easy to do.
You did that whole thing so far today, right?
I've done these 4 guys so far.
In less than 2 hours.
Yes. An hour and
I did
change.
that.
Yeah, but you're doing more finicky, non-metallic stuff.
I did that.
It looks
I'm
so
just dry
good.
brushing. I'm going.
I did a bracelet and some of a gun.
And it looks like metal to me.
It looks like metal to me. I concur.
I am like, I'm not wanting to say how much fun I'm having painting this guy because I designed it, so I don't want to be.
But maybe that's why you're having so much fun
There's
painting
nothing
it, 'cause
wrong
it's
with
like
you
that
having
guy.
fun with it.
completing the rest of your vision.
I don't want to be that guy, but
I
I'm
don't
having a
think
lot
that
of fun
makes
here.
you that
I
guy.
don't think that makes you that guy either.
I think it makes you somebody who's really excited about a thing that you did, which is not a
we should
bad
all
thing.
be excited about the things that we create.
Yeah.
I'm learning a life lesson here, chat.
Like, I'm really excited about how this guy turned out, and it's inspiring me to work on the whole army, which has been sitting on my shelf for the last longer than I care to admit. To be fair, it's a lot of models, though. So,
Which one is that? The Conquesta?
yeah. I think this stuff's been sitting on my shelf for almost a year. And it's like 100-something models.
Holy hell.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hold on. I have 48 plus another 24, so that's 60, 72 plus another 12 makes 84. Yeah, somewhere in the realm of 100 models.
That's nuts.
More once I pick up some of the stuff that I don't have right now.
This is why our game has a max of 10 models aside.
Which I am totally down for, by the way. Just for the record. That's a thing I like. But the nice thing is, once these individual models get glued down to their bases, because I am not going to keep these models separate, they all go on, because this is a rank and flank game, right? So these guys all go on their stands. And normally you can keep them separate, and as you lose guys, you can pull them off.
Oh, right.
But I'm just going to glue them on, and I'm going to keep them on that way.
With a die.
And just put a die behind it.
Yeah, put a die.
Because when you lose 4, you just pull the tray.
Yeah, exactly.
And the trays, you have multiple trays in a unit. So you have like 3 trays per unit, typically. So like when you lose a tray's worth of guy, you just pull the tray. You don't have to have a ton of dice out there. So you're never going to have more than 1 die per unit.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to manage without doing all the extra rigmarole. And then guys like this, all your character models just go on a single stand. So they take up their own base size, basically. So I can do some cool custom base for this Zilliarch. Build up like a little mound with some dead humans and stuff on it. Like he's been battling. Which is cool.
Thomas John will be the last like 30, 45 minutes of the stream. So
Yes.
another half an hour, 45 minutes maybe?
And Jen, all of that is in the drive.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
all super accessible.
Okay.
For when we get around to doing that.
Gotcha. Grandpa Slump, hello, by the way. Grandpa Slump said, Jason, it's okay to be proud of your work. You make the best paint and tools in miniaturedom. It only stands to reason. Not bad for 40 plus years of work.
Yeah,
Thank
Grandpa
you.
Stump. I concur with that. Took me a long time to realize that it's okay to just be like happy with the work that you do at a given time.
Well, I'm happy with the work that I do. I just, you know, when I'm painting something that is from the onset was my concept and design and everything, I feel like there's a bias attached to it, and I don't ever want to be the biased guy. Unless, I mean, we obviously were biased about our paints and
Yeah.
things that we make good stuff, right? So I don't mind that. But I just don't want to get too over the top with, you know, oh my God, I'm really loving painting the thing I made.
I think, personally, I think it is totally valid to be super excited about a thing that you've been working on for like a decade, right? You've been working on this game forever.
Well, not this guy. The game in general, but not the concept art for these. This guy was
Right.
fairly new.
But this is like a step along the process, right? You have a physical miniature from this game that you've been working on for a long time.
I know, I'm really
that
excited.
adds to
That's
it.
what's got me really excited.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, check it out, chat. Look at this. It's
Yeah.
it's getting real.
It's like it's real enough that you can paint it. And that's like, oh, this game is like real. It's tangible. You can touch it and
Yeah.
paint it. Which is a huge step. So, I don't blame you. I'd be in the same boat. I just haven't been working on it for as long. And the models were basically here by the time I got here.
Yeah.
So I haven't spent a lot of time without miniatures for it. Figure out what all this armor is supposed to look like. It's cool because some of these death masks that these guys have on them are like half cracked off.
Yeah, and you can see like the face underneath and such.
Which
Yeah.
is super neat.
Panic bomb, yeah, right. It's just nice to when you get the opportunity to come up with an idea. And then especially when that idea becomes a physical thing, right?
Mhm.
I've always built cars, built motorcycles, things like that. And so you start with a concept, maybe you sketch it down, maybe whatever. You go bend a bunch of metal, and then eventually it's there. And, you know, you can ride it down the street. And that, I don't want to say it became commonplace, but I think you start to dilute the experience some when you do it enough, right? Because it just becomes like, you know that this thing is going to happen.
Yeah.
But for the first game, you know, that we're going through the process internally of doing all of this and creating all of these cool things and putting them out in front of you guys to see and eventually to touch and all of that, I think now I'm experiencing that feeling again for the first time, which is funny. What faction is that, Baby J?
This is
The dead
Old
guys.
Dominion.
The dead dudes.
The dead dudes. The dead Roman guys.
Walking harder, thank you.
It's a very different game, Gosu. It's more like Warhammer Fantasy Battles than it is Warhammer 40k. Or
Grandpa
30K.
says, I have a friend that's been developing an RPG by himself for the last 10 years. He's on his 6th iteration. He's just now ready to move to art and then to print. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
that
That's a
is
labor of
fantastic.
love right there.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
We have not been
Dedication.
actively doing this. It was only maybe 2 years ago that I went to Jen and said, here's my goal. You know, I want to start putting this to paper and seeing if we can make it happen. And, you know, so it's only been a more recent thing to get to that point where it's like, oh, this could really exist.
I gotta go lock the
Lock up.
doors. I will be right back.
Okay.
We have a lot of submissions for this month's challenge, by the way. I think
Gesundheit.
we got like 20 something, 24, I want to say.
I'm gonna put this one in your.
When do you feel like you want to start?
I think like 15 minutes will probably be good.
Okay.
Give us a solid.
This is Vistaprint. We get from the card.
Cards.
Okay, I'm gonna
Those have to go.
put it on your desk.
Oh, yeah. Tarzan 2319. I love these minis. That is awesome. Graham Stump, you got to playtest the RPG. You have a mini of your character to paint. That's how you got excited about the game. That's awesome. Tim's got a new faucet. Heck yeah, Tim. I'm assuming the other one was broken.
No, he wanted one that looked like a Pez dispenser.
Wait, actually?
Yeah.
That's funny. You and your Pez dispenser stuff, Tim. I never knew that that was a thing that people collected. That's cool. Grandpa Stump, these are models from the Old Dominion faction of Conquest.
Conquest is a larger scale, 35 mil.
Huge. These guys are gigantic.
Yeah.
So this is a Primaris Space Marine, right?
Yeah, they're big. Yeah, I think
This
they're
is
like,
just a standard Legionnaire.
yeah, I think they're like 35 mil or 37 mil
Yeah.
or something like that. They
Yeah.
call it.
It's wild. Like, this guy's banner in relation. This is the other thing about this game, is they got some crazy banners going on. Like, look at this.
Tim, take it easy, man.
You out here, Tim? Bye, Tim. Jay asked Jason about his Chevette fixation. I've heard a little bit about it before. Jason, would you care to tell me about your Chevette fixation?
Best car ever made. Fastest, most durable. Space age materials. If you ever wanted proof, like they're going through all this nonsense in government panels about aliens and such. All they had to do was bring out the sales card for the Chevette. Right?
Oh my gosh.
I don't understand what all the hubbub is about. Route says, excuse me. Do you happen to know the exact dimensions of the inside of the Evo bag? No, not off the top of my head.
Ooh.
I want to say interior dimensions are somewhere in the neighborhood of like 18, might be 17.75 usable. And then height, like, because it's at an angle, just the face height on it might be like 13 and a half or something like that. The foam inserts are 11 by 9.
It gives you a pretty good idea. Because they're 11 by 9, you multiply that by 2. That's the usable inside space, right?
Yeah, they fit in pretty tight, so it
Yeah.
depends on what you're trying to put in there. That's why I say it's a little less than 18, probably. Yeah, your kids are super stoked, even if you leave them behind when you drive off in the Chevette. The faucet looks like a Monument Hobby paint bottle filler. You're not wrong.
Man, speaking of Philip, those guys got there so fast.
I told them to take it easy. They didn't have
know.
to drive like maniacs. And what do? They already have the booth set up at Gen Con. We're not supposed to be setting the booth up until tomorrow.
With our help.
They weren't even supposed to be in Indianapolis until tomorrow. Unload the van, and then by the time Baby J and I fly in, we would be then doing all the booth stuff together as a team, so that they didn't have to do all the work. I think the booth is done.
Yeah.
It's set up, done. I think.
There might be a little bit of stuff we got to.
We were already getting pictures in of them, like, being cheeky and hiding in amongst all the stuff at the booth. So.
And this was at what, 1 o'clock our time?
Oh my God.
Earlier than that, even?
Earlier than that, I think. Yeah.
Granted, they are 3 hours ahead.
It was stupid. Stupid. They're stupid.
But
in the best sense.
Overachievers. The Paint Liquor, you got it right. It's true.
They just probably talked and lost track of it, and it was a good drive.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Burned up a bunch of miles, means traffic was good, so thank heavens for that, right? I always worry about when the team has to drive long distance. I normally would do it, but I can't leave.
Yeah, you were going to do it.
Yeah.
In fact, and then something came up and you had to...
Well, we had a bunch of meetings here, and then I couldn't be the one to drive back.
Yep.
So it didn't make sense to have me be the one to drive out there if I gotta wait or rely on somebody else to drive back. So, because we have visitors from Germany immediately after Gen Con, so.
Ooh, we got a special guest. Willkommen. We have ourselves a Jacob.
Hello.
Hello.
We're talking about the overachievers named Phil and Gabe.
Oh, them driving really fast.
Holy hell, right?
Yeah. It's like actually insane because that's like a 24-hour drive.
27.
27. Yeah, so it's like the same distance that I drove to get here from Seattle.
1,700 miles.
Yep.
Roughly.
Yep, that sounds right. I bet that truck was pretty comfortable.
Is the special guest Marcus? What are you talking about? From Germany? Marcus from Marcus Miniatures? No. I don't know what Marcus you're talking about, though. But no, his name is not Marcus. His name is Tomas. And not a special guest for the stream. A business partner of ours from Germany. Part of the team that is teaching us brush making. So he will be here, and we will be going through the motions of defining our process better with him and all of that, since we have all the machinery here now.
That actually sounds really exciting, to be honest.
So close to getting more brushes. We hope so. We still have a lot to dial in. Unfortunately, the engineering firm locally that's working with us to automate a bunch of the aspects that have not previously been automated in Germany, there's still so much of this brush making stuff that is manual. And so we are trying to alleviate some of the headache of that manual process, but it requires engineering that takes time.
How you feeling over there, Jacob?
I'm pretty decent.
You sound well rested,
I wouldn't go that far.
on the mend. You sound good.
Thank you.
That you're
I
welcome.
think.
That was a good thing. You were sounding a little rough yesterday. Voice was struggling a little bit, but you sound nice and strong today. Back to normal. Hope you're feeling well. It's good to have you back. Having to deal with Paul alone.
Oh
Oof.
my god.
I'm just kidding. Love me some Paul. He is a goofball, though. For those of you who don't know, we have an employee here. His name is Paul. He's a goofball. He's also a Digiman friend. That's how we all met.
Ugh.
Metal's looking real good.
Marlin Models, yeah, that's Conquest that he's painting.
Hello, yes it is.
Be the okayest at everything, says Relapse. Nope.
Ah, yes. Paintler, you are correct. His name is in fact Jal, not Paul. My mistake. I've been mistaken. We do have the all traditional J members of the crew here.
Mo will we be painting at Gen Con? That guy will.
Hi.
I will not.
Did you see the? Oh yeah, I think you did. There's follow-up questions.
What?
The question from about the dimensions of the go bag.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got yourself a box of the free cities during the UK Games Expo. It's really hard to get in Wales from a store. Oh, that's funny. I would think that Firestorm Games would have a game like that. No, have they not committed to it? It's a weird game, so I understand why it's tough as both a hobbyist and as a store to get behind it. It feels like it doesn't know what it wants to be when it grows up a little bit.
At least I know what I want to be when I grow up.
You've just decided you're never growing up.
Well, who said I grew up in the first place?
Just the capital of Wales has a store for it, and that's 5 hours away. How in the world is there something in Wales 5 hours from you?
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't Wales like
a postage stamp?
Yeah. I thought it was very small.
I can be in California in 5 hours.
That's true.
Wales ain't that big. I've been there. It's all fun and games until the new signature paint ends up scattered across the freeway. Wales has mostly hills and mountains and very little infrastructure. That's why I'm saying is that it's got to be because as the crow flies, it's 5 minutes. But if I get in my car and drive, it's 5 hours.
Did you see Paint Liquor said riding sheep takes time?
Riding sheep takes time.
Oh my gosh.
Trains go into England just to get back in. you leave Wales to England and then come back to Wales because that's the shortest route.
T. Schmid's still in Texas in 5 hours.
You're not sure you can get out of Texas in 5 hours from here? If you're in Houston, you can be in Louisiana in 5 hours. You cannot be in Oklahoma or New Mexico in 5 hours, or Arkansas.
It's funny. We were talking to some people when we were down in Texas for that event, and they were like, "Yeah, we drove 14 hours, and we live in Texas."
Yeah, and you're like, I drove 8 and I live in Arizona.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought I was with the Zambies butts.
Turns out, Texas is a very large
It's
place.
big.
Isn't Texas like the size of Europe?
T. Schmidt's like, somehow I forgot you can
It's the
travel
size of
east.
Is it the size of France?
France, yeah.
I'm with you, T. Schmidt. I'm with you, T. Schmidt. From the Dallas area, it's like east. Who goes to Tyler? like Tyler, Texas? East Texas? That's a thing? Don't tell them that.
Don't tell them that.
They love their East Texas. And it's really beautiful out there. It's lots of forested country and stuff. They have
really?
the Tyler, they have the Rose Fest. It's like the city of roses,
feel like
That's
I've been there.
cool.
Tyler, Texas. It's beautiful out that way. But you go a little bit further and you're in Louisiana, and I never had a need to go anywhere in Louisiana except for New Orleans, and you just jumped on Southwest Airlines because it was like $80.
Yeah,
You know?
I've never been.
Exactly. The only time you go to Tyler is when you have to go watch high school football.
I've always wanted to go to New Orleans.
To New Orleans?
Yeah,
You never been?
no, I'd love to. Lots of rich history.
I have not been since the hurricane wrecked it all.
Oh yeah,
But before that, I used to go all the time. When I lived in Texas, we would go all the time. Fun place to go.
I've been to Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge,
Baton
Red Stick.
Rouge.
Wales isn't huge, but about 60 years ago, the UK government got rid of a load of rail infrastructure to promote car usage, and it crippled you. So yeah, it was easier to go to Birmingham and buy conquest there. That's crazy, isn't it?
that's wild.
It got rid of railroads. That just seems like a bad idea all the way around. You think Texas fits like 3 times in a Canadian province? Relapse. So you can't boast about the size of anything in Canada because only like 0.05% of your land mass is habitable. So
It's true.
you can't just draw these big lines and say, look, humans can't survive in any of this. But look how big we are. He says, careful.
Careful.
I mean, you're welcome to drive about 100 miles north of where you are right now and see how long you last. I can drive 100 miles north and live.
In fact, you're probably safer 100
Yeah, you're
miles
probably
north than you aren't
right
here.
Now, you are.
I won't get killed by polar bears and wolves.
Or cold.
If you drive 150 miles, you have to start speaking Russian. Canadians can handle snow, Texas can't. Shrug.
We don't
You
get
know, it's
it.
funny, growing up in Texas, like in Dallas, we had freeze and snow every year that I grew up there. I mean,
Really?
for the first 27 years of my life,
That's
I never
wild.
knew a winter that didn't have snow and freeze. Now, it didn't mean that on Christmas it was going to be a white Christmas. If it snowed like on Christmas Eve, it was always awesome. But Alaskans sitting here
Alaska,
staring at the
also
speck that
quite
is
large.
Arizona.
Hey, same thing.
Yes.
How did we get on a
thing.
size of the state? We were talking about how small Wales is. I wasn't like making fun of them. I was saying there's no way it could take 5 hours to get anywhere unless you were backpacking. 100 miles north and you'll stumble across a hockey rink just out in the middle of nowhere with like 16 teenagers that somehow ride their bikes there in the middle of winter with boards made out of chain link fence.
Not that I want to go to Edmonton.
I told you, Travel Cedric, you can't survive there. Yeah, but Texans and snow was not as alien. Now in Arizona, forget about it. California,
Oh my God. I think if
forget
it snowed,
about it.
people would freak out.
Well, in Phoenix.
Yeah. In the valley.
Yeah.
In the valley, yeah.
No, I mean even the people that live up in the mountains don't have a clue how to act around snow. You hear about like
Yeah.
all the people dying every year in Flagstaff when they have the big snowstorm.
Oh, that's what you mean then, yeah. Yeah, it's there, they just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, Merlin, I understand totally. I've been to Wales. It's beautiful. If you had a car, pretty much all of it would be within 6 hours.
The Gen Con booth is basically set up.
Yeah.
according to the guys.
Yeah.
They're wrapping it up for the day.
It's like Scotland, right? You go to Scotland, and my favorite thing to do is rent a car in Scotland and drive around Scotland. Now, it takes me forever to drive around Scotland because all the roads are literally 2 lanes, 1 lane each way, through winding, beautiful countryside. But you're always 100% of the time, 99.9% of the time, stuck behind a truck full of chickens and or sheep.
That's
Always.
actually hilarious.
Always.
Okay, so it's 4:15. Somebody is going to need to give me some instruction on how to make this.
I don't know anything about it.
Do you know how to access the
Drive.
the drive from there?
Google Drive.
The Google Drive. It is, in fact, in the marketing.
Wales doesn't have 2 lanes.
Oh,
It's
is it
2-way,
challenge-
1-lane roads.
Challenge winter day.
It is, in fact, Challenge Winter Day.
Winner Day.
2-way,
You were here for the last one, too.
1-lane roads. So the wait. Are you saying the same thing I am when I say 2 lanes? There's actually 2 lanes. 1 northbound, 1 south, 1 east, 1 west, right?
You want to go to the...
Or are you saying that there's only
marketing?
1 road and you fight or you joust over who gets past? People have to pull over. Oh my God. That's so great and horrible at the same time. To let people pass.
Here, Jen, do you want me to pull it up?
Not the right. Oh, because that's why. It's
Oh.
the wrong.
Yeah, that browser's not logged in as me. Now it is.
Which smells worse, sheep or chickens?
No,
I don't know.
shared with me. I want shared drives. Right? Shared drives. There we
Yep. That one. Whenever it decides to load.
It's very otherworldly watching your computer screen be operated by somebody else.
Yeah. We
Marketing?
want the marketing. And then we want stream stuff. Discord challenges. And then I put a new folder in there for this month. 7/20/23.
I'm like, what month are we in?
And that's it. I don't know how to make this show up though.
Oh.
That I don't know how to do.
Uh.
That's a Jason
Is that
/
a button?
other folks.
Oh, do I need to come over there and get it visible?
Yeah,
Is
I don't
it
know
the
how to get it
whip
visible.
button? We want it in presenter mode?
Hang on. I'll come right there. Let me get this load off my brush.
Okay.
I just said that out loud. That sounds very strange.
Just a little bit. It's okay though. We've all said worse things. Stranger things have been said. Jacob says stranger things for breakfast.
What?
Yep.
I mean, it's true, but
That's true, but then why are you giving me
Actually,
the butts?
Just give me the mouse.
The mouse? I forgot that you can still do that over here. There you go.
Just give it to me, mouse. The first thing we want to do is take this and put it over here. Like so. And then you hit the whip button. Okay. And then you would come in here on this one, highlight it, go properties, like that.
A lot of work.
Pull this down and go challenge results.
I'm not going to remember this.
Bam. Well, you're the producer.
I'm going to need step-by-step instructions written down, please.
There you go. That's
There
how
it
goes.
is.
Now you just got to go forwards
Oh.
and backwards through it all.
Yep.
And I can't be in here.
You mean you can't be in here?
I push the producer button and I don't show up.
Oh.
Oh, it may not be overlaid on this
Yeah.
one.
That's all right. You can just
No, here, I
listen.
can do that real quick. Watch. We can do this. We can go boom. Scene.
Your spot is still reserved in the corner. Your floating head does not exist on it, unfortunately.
Boom.
Oh, hi.
And there you go.
I'm back.
It may not be centered right. I feel like it's supposed to go.
It is a little
over
off.
like this or something like that, right?
Kind of weird.
I don't remember. That's good enough. Are you ready for this, Baby J?
I am
Are you
ready
gonna
for
do your
this.
job? Are you gonna do your job now?
Whoa. Well, when did this become my... Okay, a while ago.
Aha! Aha!
All right.
Ha
My keyboard buttons don't work.
Okay, so.
Oh, I broke it.
What
Who
did
did
you
that?
do?
I was just pressing arrows.
So don't do that. Go back to whip.
On the right here.
Yeah. No. On the... No, don't. Not on that. You do it on the button pad.
Oh.
You hit whip. Okay. Then you go back over here. There. Now you can run it with your arrows.
Okay, perfect.
Can I just click then and?
Well, he can do the arrows because he's going to be talking about it. So
Okay.
Yeah,
he, should be
yeah,
able to, he
Okay.
should be able to hit the arrows on it.
All right.
I'll just sit back and enjoy.
So, this month,
That's kind of crazy.
this is very creepy.
That is
we
very
have,
creepy, actually.
We have Monster Month.
Yeah.
We did not have a whole lot of restrictions this month. It was purely to paint cool monster, creepy, crawly, wriggly, fuzzy, furry, stinky, slimy, whatever weird adjective you want to insert there.
I like the fact that this thing has like smiley face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very disconcerting.
It's very
Missing-
disturbing.
Missing some teeth, maybe.
It's very disturbing.
So it's got like holes in it. Winnie, you're freaking me out.
Yeah, are these like
They're
worms crawling in and out of this
Yeah.
thing, or are those like his intestines coming out? I feel like they're
I
worms
looked
because I look
looked
at the
it as
ground. It looks like a
worms.
bunch of earthworms.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized?
What?
We can't see chat.
Huh?
We can't see chat.
Oh
Oh.
no.
Oh, all right. This is why I need another computer.
This is why we have...
I got my phone.
No, watch this. If I go hit the escape button,
I got you.
and then we'll move this over here,
Ah.
like so.
This is why we keep Jason around.
He
There you
knows all the fancy... Oh, hey, look at that!
It wins.
It's
Now burn it in
smiling
fire. It is smiling at us,
It
though. It
is
has like two
smiling.
little bright eyes and a
It's-
smile.
Yeah.
It's missing a tooth.
Freaky.
It's cute, but gross.
It's like that...
It's like Mr.
Good-
Hanky
Okay.
cute.
Yeah, it's like creepy cute.
It's very strange.
Twitch
Twitch Summerlin, take it easy. Headed to the airport. See you at Gen Con. We will see you at Gen Con.
Woohoo!
Thursday.
See you at
I
Gen
won't.
Con!
But have fun.
Thursday. The guys did all the work, so tomorrow when we get there, we just party.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, we just get to party.
Yes.
Party.
Party time.
It's party thanks to Phil and Gabe.
And Gabe.
Thank you for the biddies, Twitch.
Thank you for the base.
Thanks so
AKA
much. Take care. We'll see you at Gen Con.
Later.
New guy Jillip.
New guy, Jillip. And Jabe.
No, Jillip is Jabe. Jillip is Jabe and Philip.
Merlin Models, were you asking me how my
yeah.
non-metallic metal
They're-
Horus
it's like
Heresy
they're-
army is going?
They're
Good.
Celebrity.
I just have
couple.
vehicles left, really.
Yeah.
I haven't done all the trim on the vehicles, so that's the thing that's holding me up. But I don't have enough points. Like, when I add up all my Horus Heresy points, I don't have, like, 3,500 points yet. I need to build the super heavy tank and
bills,
I forget what else.
The Kratos and all
The
that stuff.
Kratos and that kind of stuff.
That is a cool tank.
It is a very cool tank.
This is
But
awesome.
I have a Storm...
Winnie.
Storm
Storm Surge?
No.
That's Tau.
Stormhammer
Stormhammer?
that I'm turning into a Fellblade.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's a
That's
Forge
very
World
cool.
super heavy.
I also have a Kratos at home. But anyways, Winnie, this is freaking awesome. I don't know if you're here.
I just love this because I feel like he made this on his own.
Yeah,
This
probably.
looks handmade.
It does.
Oh, that's cool. That's
You
even
know?
better.
I can't guarantee that if Winnie's not in chat, but
Right.
I feel like this is a handmade clay sculpted model, and I dig the crap out of it because it's very
creepy.
unique. It looks like it has tons of bullet holes with earthworms jumping in and out of the bullet holes.
I think it's just worms eating holes through the...
I can imagine this as being in a video game that I play. Right?
Like Noida.
This would be in Noita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought it the other day, by the way.
So I got I'm in the middle of my god game for Noita. Like, I feel like this is the one where I can beat it.
Oh.
Yeah. I've been through every
It
level
is so
Wait, hold
and
on.
back to the surface.
Knock on wood right now.
I've been playing the same game for 2 days. I have saved out twice. and haven't died yet. I've got good health. I have a wand. I have a perk that lets me heal when I use wands that I find for the first time. So even though I've gone through all of the holy mountains and I'm at the end boss basically, I dug my way back up so I can go all the way back through all the content and go hunt for other things I haven't found yet. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm exploring right now before I go fight the boss. I'm exploring to find all the little mini bosses and stuff. And I've got a god wand that literally just pointed in that direction and everything disappears. I built this wand that I can fly through the air with, because whenever I shoot in one direction, it pushes me so fast the other direction.
Oh my gosh.
The knockback is so extreme. So now when I get to the surface, I found out yesterday while I was sitting there with Jen, she was watching, and I had a teleport wand, but I only have short teleport. So climbing up the tree and getting really high is very hard with a short teleport wand. And so I forgot it. I just shoot downwards, and my wand lifts me. It shoots forever. It doesn't run out of mana, and I can literally go to the moon. Like I could just keep going until it turns nighttime. It's fun. Law Dog, I have not. I'm just literally trying to get, like, the other day I was lamenting that I've never been to the vault. I've never gotten to the vault, and then I got to the vault and thought I've got this, and it died like instantly. Then in my next run I made it to the catacombs, right, or whatever it's called, the thing after the vault, which takes you to the last boss, right, and it died. And then I played and died a bunch early on. And then this game, I finally got a wand that I'm really, really happy with, and all that. No cheats. And yeah, so I'm feeling good about it.
That's awesome.
Feeling good about it.
You know, also I'm feeling pretty good about
What?
this entry.
Good.
I like this one.
I like it a lot. Let's see what the next one is. Can I click on the arrow thing, or
Maybe.
am I going to break
I don't know. See what happens.
Hey, Bakamaru coming in with a really sweet model.
Is this a trash panda on a frog?
This is, in fact, a trash panda on a frog smoking a pipe.
So.
Oh, he is smoking a pipe.
So it's
Smoking a
pothead
pipe.
trash panda on a frog.
Yep. I love this.
This model is amazing. The more I look at it, the more amazing it gets.
Yeah, it's a really cool.
He's got like a bamboo shoot, a bunch of
Walking
gold
stick.
coins and buckets tied to a frog. I want a frog with a bunch of gold coins and buckets. The paint job looks drawn. It has a lot of really neat use of texture, right? On the fur and such.
Yeah, and on the frog.
Yeah, the frog. Just the texturing on it is right up my alley, right? Big, chunky brushstrokes, picking out the detail with it. The highlights on the blue, right? But the color placement's really good. Color choice is really good.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
I dig
love
it. It's just a neat model, too. It's just a lot of fun. So far, 10 out of 10 for model
Yeah.
fun.
Bamboo stick equals a dab pen. Yeah, this is fantastic.
Noita is the most fun I've had playing video games in a long time.
He has been talking about it for actual weeks.
A long time. And I
Like,
play it
legitimately
every night,
weeks.
pretty much. There's been a couple nights where I get bored and I don't play anything. But if I'm playing a video game, I'm playing Noita. It is amazing. Even when you're very frustrated at it and wanting to, like, kick things. Orc
lady.
Orc bust. Lion's Pride.
Lion's Pride Creations.
Love that skin.
Skin looks great.
Yeah, the green skin's awesome.
I like the metal. Good job
Metal
with
looks really good.
the
Non-metallic
sketchy
metal.
non-metallic.
Yeah.
Beat up kind of spear metal.
I like the color choices too, keeping that like reddish orange for the leather or the painted armor bits, so
Yep.
that it contrasts really nicely against the skin, which is green.
The eyes are really cool because it you can tell like how serious, like it matches
Yeah.
how serious her expression is.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of
really well
expression in the
sized.
face.
Eyes are such a big part of getting larger busts and stuff to look really nice. Is when you land those eyeballs correctly, and they add so much to the character in the face. Looks really good.
I like it. A little bit more volume on the shapes for the shoulder and the
Yeah.
breasts, and a little bit on the muscles. Get yourself a little bit more definition of shadow going on. But yeah, great job on this.
So this model is cool. This is the final from Skylar Dragon. Unfortunately, the photo is pretty blown out, so it's kind of hard to see a lot of what's going on here. But on the bright side, they had 2 submissions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they painted so many models that they might have even had 3, but they didn't actually put it in as like a completed 3rd model.
Oh, that's crazy.
But we have this one and the one after. But
This is a
cool.
Gorgon, right? But she has
Yeah.
wings too, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Right, so the model's throwing me a little bit, but it's like a Medusa-style Gorgon and turned the Spartan to stone.
I really like the sculpt
Oh, is
of
the-
the
so
Spartan.
What the part that's wrapping around him
Is her tail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
She's a serpent Gorgon.
Yeah.
She just happens to have wings too, which is throwing off a little bit. But
And is he supposed to be like a statue?
yeah, she's turned him to stone.
Yeah.
The whole
Oh, okay.
Medusa turned him to stone.
Gotcha.
I like it. Neat model.
It's a very cool model. There's also I didn't have enough space to capture it on here, but there's a, and I also couldn't figure out quite what it was. But there's like a girl or female little model encased in the plastic in the handle. I couldn't figure out exactly what it was.
What are you talking about?
Huh?
You can see that little like plastic bit on the left hand side. Oh no, they can't see it because it's cut off on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh well. Take a look on the Discord.
Like a model in resin as the paint holder or
Yeah,
something, or as the
yeah.
base for this thing. Maybe that's the plinth.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh.
It looked unfinished. I couldn't quite figure out exactly what the situation was with it.
Cool. Yeah.
I don't know who makes this model, Walking Harder, but it is cool. This is the other one. Submission
Oh,
number
the big
2
crab?
is a crab.
Yep.
I just love this crab model.
I love the links that Skylar is going with the base and the diorama aspects of everything going on here.
Yeah. I
Very, very
love that
nice.
there's sand on top of the crab.
Oh yeah, there is.
That's such a
Oh,
cool little touch that I
Crazy.
saw on this.
Crazy.
That I was like, this is actually something that I'm in love with this piece.
Crazy.
I love the how well the dark skin's captured. I'd like to see a little bit more warmth in it. But it looks really good. I like the pairing with the dark purple.
Mhm.
Is really nice. It makes all the gold pop really, really well. Yeah. In general, I like this a lot. It's also a very cool model.
Cancer from Scale 75. Oh, maybe
Yeah.
so. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
this
maybe
one. That
so.
would make sense
Yeah,
for this
Scale
one for the crab.
75 did a round of
The astrology
yes,
constellations.
the constellations. So this is Cancer. I have one of them. I have the horse, the centaur one, floating around somewhere.
Arctic
Who's
Mini
else?
painted that bamboo stick was a dab pen. Gotcha.
Hey-ya. This is really cool. Dorcosaurus.
Oh my gosh, is it eating ramen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah. Like a bowl of ramen.
Uh-huh.
What is this creature? It's
I
got
don't
like a-
know.
I love that the creature is also a bowl.
Is also a bowl.
Like the creature eating the ramen bowl has a frog sitting in the bowl of its
Oh
head.
my gosh.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
What?
really nuts.
Yeah. The
when
water's
you start
actually-
looking at it, it's like it's very strange. I like it.
I really like how the water is painted here. It looks really good with the ripples coming out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the
The-
cool
the-
part of it. That's awesome.
The color filtering on the stone to give that kind of mossy blue-green look is great. I love that everything else for the most part is really cool, and then the actual figure that's the focal point is really warm. It's a nice play with the colors.
What
This
is a kappa?
A kappa?
Kappa? I don't know.
Some sort of Asian demon kind of thing? Canonically, it steals pearls from your
Steals
butt.
Pearls from your butt.
Well, why would anybody carry their pearls in their butt?
Hey.
That I mean,
Butt
don't
pearls.
Kink shame.
Japanese water spirit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That.
That's pretty
Very cool.
Fun.
Very cool model.
Then we got something that's a lot more familiar.
Undead Doggo.
Undead Doggo from Age of Sigmar.
Relapse says, where else are you going to carry your pearls?
There's a lot of other places.
Relapse, we've learned a lot about you today. You like big tracts of land, and you keep your pearls in your butt.
Feel bad for this wolf.
Their
dog,
words, not
whatever it
mine.
is.
I don't understand. Maybe I
I'm dying just a little bit.
maybe
I'm dying just a lot.
I added some flair. to it.
A little bit of flair, perhaps a lot of bit of flair.
I'm a marketer.
I'm a marketer.
I'm spin doctoring here.
I like how clean this looks.
Relapse is all true.
I think
Pearls of graduating size wad. We need to stop.
Spat. I think the one thing I'd like to see a little bit more on this is a little bit more variation in contrast in the fur. It looks all kind of pretty similar color. I think you can also add a lot of like interesting colors, like purples and such to the fleshy bits to make them look a little bit more gory too. I think one thing that would be really cool is taking some of that dark crimson from the new set and putting it with a little bit of maybe the gloss and a little bit of blood effects on that.
So they don't have that yet.
I'm talking about for future. Obviously, this model's done. This model's done. I'm not talking to past Spatsnat. I'm talking to future Spatsnat.
I'm like, he might get mad because he can't buy that yet.
You can buy it in like 7 days. Literally a week. Literally a week. This looks great, though. Seriously.
I love it.
I really like the eyes.
Yeah, the green
yeah,
glow on the
those-
eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Bright, glowy eyes. All the wounds look really fresh,
Mm-hmm.
like they just happened.
Yeah, it's like it's weird to say that I like the fact that it looks really clean.
Yeah.
But like all of the like cuts and gashes are all really clearly defined, which I really like. A lot of the time when I see this sort of stuff get painted, it all kind of just like blends together and you lose some of that detail out of it. Which is, it's nice to see it really be a part of the forefront. Panic bomb.
This guy's great. Look at that. Come here. Let me take your arm off. You didn't need that.
Take your arm off.
That's gross. It's a lot of blood in an arm.
Yeah. What do you think, Jacob? Do you think you have enough
It
blood in
reminds
your
me
arm
of,
for that?
Like an evil Sully from Monsters Inc. Is it
Yeah,
Sully,
exactly.
the big
Yeah,
blue one?
exactly.
Demonic Sully.
Yeah, from Monsters Inc.
When he has a really bad day.
Yeah. Come here.
I like the.
I think he's helping him out. See, I
He's
think the red
helping-
thing is not blood. I think it's like some sort of growth that was in the dude's arm.
No.
And he's like, hey, hold still, I got you. And now he saved his life.
Ugh.
Because otherwise that thing was going to like make it to the dude's brain and or heart and kill him.
I told my girlfriend it looked like Sully when I finished it.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, did you?
Is that what
That's
you were going
funny.
for? Because it worked.
I think it's awesome.
This is awesome. I really love the purple undertones that you got in the
Yep.
this like cuts and stuff, gashes on the skin. It's such a perfect under color, like deep shadow color for this type of model. And I like that you incorporated it on the top of the head as well. It's very good. And on the spikes on the back. The color for rope is really nice. I like all of this. I like it.
Yeah, very good.
Gory arm dislocation.
I'm having fun with the Monster Month.
It's pretty
Yeah.
fun. We got some wild models. Spencer.paints.
I like these colors.
This is like a horror specs.
Yes. Is this like an old model or a newer model at this point?
It's older now.
It's very cool.
Or is this a Chaos Beast? This is the Chaos Beast, not the Tyranid one.
Yeah, no, this is not
Mutalith
the
Vortex Beast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mutalith Vortex Beast.
So on the picture on the right, the stuff from like off the red tentacle-y things looks like goo
Yeah.
oozing off of it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's pretty gross.
Yeah.
I like that they picked it out with like a really
That's marshmallow
contrasting-
fluff.
marshmallow. fluff.
It kind of looks like marshmallow.
It's marshmallow fluff. Because this guy likes marshmallows.
Yeah.
Zinj Beastie.
I just like the colors.
Yeah, the
like
colors
I feel
are
like the really vibrant colors that you've got going on this is really, really cool. Right? It has like a very comic bookish feel to it, the way the colors are segmented. And the shadows and highlights, while being like very lightly nuanced, I think work really well on this.
yeah,
Chaosy
this was
Zinch with the colors. Yeah, exactly, Gosu. It fits the bill. It's like this is definitely part of a Thousand Suns or Zinch demon army, I feel like.
Love it. I love it. Speaking of Tyrannid.
There's a
monsters-
Tyrannid.
All right, Jacob.
Oh,
We need your 2 cents on this one. As the resident Tyrannid man.
yes.
I guess.
Mm.
Oh.
Mm.
Yes, give us the feedback. Tell us all about what you think.
Oh, this one also has drippy, oozy stuff.
It does.
Yes.
That's pretty.
Lots of blood on this guy.
I really like how they put extra like spores on the vents. I know
Yeah.
those aren't normally there. They're normally like a little hollow. So it looks cool how they're like popping out. I like the color transitioning on the cannon a lot. How it starts.
Just about to say that.
It starts very dark in the center and it moves out. It looks amazing. The base is very, very nice.
Lots of blood.
Lots of blood.
Pink,
I
green,
haven't
and yellow.
seen
You can't go
pink.
wrong.
Drippy. Wad, tomato.
Oh, hey.
No. You're cut off from the joke train. Gosh darn it, Wad.
We are not laughing at that.
I am.
Jen, I am. Very cool. I like this. All the things that Jacob said, I agree with.
Oh, I didn't even realize like the blood is there's physical trails
Oh yeah,
from the
Yeah.
the tips of stuff. That's awesome.
the magic of Uhu.
Ooh hoo glue. Making a mess. What we got next?
This is-
PK 1919.
This is not.
He's an angry dog.
Yeah, this is an angry dog
That is walking on. It's got a bit of a beer belly.
and 4 eyes.
4 eyes.
Yeah,
Yep.
Oh, it has 4 eyes?
he has eyes on
That's
his
underneath?
cheeks and eyes in his eye sockets.
Oh.
I think this dog's having a bad day.
Yeah.
That could be his best day. He
It
could be
could
living
be.
his
He-
best
this
life
is-
ever right now. You don't know.
This might be
That's
what
true.
makes him happy.
Yeah,
This is a very 90s D&D style.
yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
Ooh, no Arctic. Ooh. But it is actually UHU. Your dog, when she doesn't get peanut butter, she grows an extra pair of eyes?
I think you should take your dog to the vet.
Or buy more
don't-
peanut butter.
Or buy no, yeah, buy no more peanut butter and take your dog to the vet.
Which is cheaper, is where I'm going to go with this. I feel like the peanut butter can be
Peanut butter.
cheaper than lots of trips to the vet. No, really, doctor, sit and wait just a few more minutes. It only takes a little while without peanut butter, and then, oh yeah, there it is. The demon shows up.
Great job, PK 1919. I like it a lot.
You're confused as to how a dog manages to have man boobs?
Hey, you know what? We don't ask those kinds of questions.
Lots of peanut butter.
Lots of peanut butter.
That's true.
Lots of peanut butter.
All right.
Ooh.
All right, relapse.
Oh, I like this. Frank N. Stein.
Yeah.
Date of birth 1/1/1818.
That's cool.
January 1st, 1818. He's got
Very
neck
cool.
tat.
Yep.
What does his neck tat say?
Oh.
I couldn't fit the other photo in there. Didn't make it look good.
It looks like it says Liz. But it's probably not.
Well,
what it
I
says.
know we had a relapse in here earlier.
Oh, it does say
Liz.
Liz.
Liz. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, the side shot is really nice.
Yeah.
It shows this beautiful like front lighting that from the profile shot looks really really cool.
Oh my gosh, the blood dripping on the shirt collar.
Uh huh.
That's great.
Yeah, this is
This is
fantastic.
really good.
Great work.
I like it. I like the wall with the 9-foot mark in the background.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's a police lineup wall.
Oh, it's so good. Such a good detail.
I really like the weathering on the like wool shirt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. up
Like
the
how
collar.
it's like aged and it's got that brown.
Yeah, the neck has just got like the dirt
Yeah.
collar.
Yeah.
The eyes are done really well too.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we were talking about expressiveness with eyes earlier that Jen brought up, and
Yeah.
he
Oh,
nailed
yeah,
it.
He looks. Oh.
Nailed it. He can't be bothered. He's
But
got
he
his
also
cigarette.
Looks like he's like sad.
He's like, take your freaking
Or
photograph and let
tired.
me go.
He's just tired.
Yeah. Take your photograph. I'm getting out of here. This is fantastic.
It's really good.
Relapse. Apparently, Relapse used a lot of transparency on this, which I personally approve of.
Oh, I
This is also very cool.
What the?
It's a Venusaur.
What the? It's a what?
It's a Venusaur.
Love it.
A-
A Pokemon. Venusaur.
this is a Pokemon?
I mean, no, not quite. But you not know what Venusaur looks like?
I don't do the Pokemans.
Oh. It's like an evil, creepy rendition of a Pokemon
Pokemans.
It's a grassy frog dinosaur.
with a big flower.
I'm getting
on
the
its back.
grassy dinosaur vibes, but the flower's throwing me.
Yeah,
I like
the
the
flower.
flower.
The flower is because it's Venusaur.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Venusaur
makes
has a
sense.
big flower on its back.
Literal
And leaves on its back too.
pocket monsters.
Spooky Mans.
It's Pocket Monsters.
It's pocket monsters. Pokemans.
Pokemans.
Spooky mans. It's Pokemans.
I like this though. I like
When I was playing Pokemon at Funkatronic, the lady that I was playing with was really tired of me saying Pokemans, and then I kill them. I killed your Pokemans, and she goes, "We do not kill Pokemans. We knock them out."
Yeah.
And I said, "Okay, well, I killed your Pokemans." I was so pushing her buttons.
Oh my god.
I was trolling them. They
You
were
were
all
so no fun.
There have been a couple people here in chat that have not enjoyed Pokemans either.
Have not enjoyed
They've
Pokemon.
not
It's
they've
literally
not
pocket monsters.
appreciated it, yeah.
Pokemans.
Hey, look, I am a big Pokemon lover. Okay.
And you don't care if we say
I don't care
Pokemans?
if you say Pokemans.
Digimans.
'cause I say Pokemans.
Digimans, Pokemans, all the mans.
Yeah, Digimans.
Then why are there ghost Pokemon?
That see? Hey, look at that.
Checkmate.
Checkmate.
We don't kill Pokemans. We only knock them out. She was but you know what? It was very pleasant. She wasn't rude about it. I had a good time with her. We laughed, right? And she goes, "No, seriously." Because she was one of the judges, right? She had like a rank 2 judge card or something like that. She ran the Pokemon division with all the kids and taught a bunch of people. So she demands enough respect to where I could be like, "Okay, we knocked the Pokemans out," and she'd just shake her hand because of the
What's
Pokemans.
Amazon has it right, sir. How are you the oldest and youngest person here simultaneously? That's Jason everywhere he goes.
Kids in their Digimans and Pokemans and Tic Tacs.
Tic Tacs. Get out of my yard.
Get off my lawn.
Get out of my yard.
But first, let's trade cards.
All right,
I need a Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur. Memory Garden 7 with the Cthulhu monster.
I like the desaturated. That's really
I can't tell if it's the camera.
Oh, it might be the camera.
No, it's
Cthulhu.
obviously it is painted in a very desaturated
Yeah.
manner. It whenever you do a lot of glazes and things like this, then you get a lot of that toned down vibrancy. But I like it. I mean, it the idea of the Cthulhu mythos of these weird star beings. A lot of them are like under the ocean, and the abyss and all that. So I think the coloring works really well.
I prefer Cthulhu monsters with less super saturated, vibrant, or like purples and greens. I like them when they're kind of creepier and dingier looking.
I think this one would work better. And again, we say this a lot, and almost to the point of like broken record, is that value is where we find a lot of our community scaling their talents into that area where your next step in learning is that motion of putting brightness in those high spots and then kind of almost over amplifying your darkness to some extent so that you get that really good contrast built up in what we call volume, so that all the shapes on the model, whether it's the globe of a shoulder or head or cylinder of a leg, start to get that real defined shape overall. And like on this model, when we're looking at the area from the top of the head and the shoulders to the knee and the feet, our brightness is pretty consistent, right? And so on the back, same thing. We have the same level of highlight brightness down here on the hip that we do up on the top of the shoulder and things like that. So when you get to that level of comfort, now that you've got a really, really good definition of color, the ability to get it in the right spots, like all of the shapes of the muscles I'm still seeing, like the shadows in between the muscle striations on the forearm look great. Same thing on the thighs. You've got good darkness to brightness in the texture of the model. But now you need to define that same brightness and darkness from head to toe, right? So when we talk about this, it's a conversation about composition. A lot of the models that we've seen have got really good use of color. And when we look at, say, the foot has good shading and highlight on it. But that shading and highlight is the same level of darkness and same level of brightness as the head. So the head also has good shading on it, and it goes from the same darkness to same brightness as the foot. What you want to do is scale that brightness level. You want to say things at the head or top of the model have a brightness of whatever 10 for your model is. It may not be the brightest color, but it will be the brightest color on your model, assuming light is coming from above. So we'll call that a 10. So your head, shoulders, right? Bridge of nose, those types of things, hands if they're holding up things, top of wings like on this Cthulhu model, those would be your 10 brightness. And so your darkness to combat a 10 brightness has to be ultra dark as well, but probably not as dark as at the bottom of the model. You're going to get that contrast built quicker because the bright level is so high. Then as you move down to like the collarbone level to the belly button, you wind up with a brightness of say 7 or 8 on that portion of the body. Right? And so now you're going to have to go with darker shadows because your brightness isn't so bright. And then when you get down below the pelvis and, down to the knees, you probably move from an 8 to like a 6. And then when you go from the knees to the foot, you're down to like a 4 in brightness, right? And you can scale that however you need to pull the composition together. It's never as easy as doing it in that level that I just mentioned because you don't want it to look like candy corn gradient, right? You want it to be smooth and transition, and some models have different shapes where the knee is up closer to the face because they're running or jumping, and so then, of course, that breaks the rule. It's as you picture the model from foot to head, things that are in the vision of the head to the shoulders are your brightest, shoulders to navel second, that hips to knee third, and knee to foot fourth. And you want to start looking at your model divided into those sections so that you're doing the shading and highlighting that you're used to doing, but you're changing the bright color you go to when you're at the head versus the foot. And that's really the story of how you bring your models together and start getting what we call composition, which is when I look at the whole model, I get a sense of scale to it, right? And a lot of times in miniature, we're over amplifying that scale to where if you saw a 6 foot tall person outside, their hips to feet would not be as dark as we're going to paint them because they're also full size. And so we're able to catch those details better with the human eye, and the realism starts to soak in. When we're doing it and taking the entire miniature in one glance as a 35 millimeter, 28 millimeter scale miniature, whatever it is, you want to build in some false contrast there so that you drive the eye around to the details on the model because they're also small. So hopefully that helps. That's what we talk about on the stream all the time, and that's the only thing that I'm lacking on this. I love the color choice. I love all the things that have come together on it. I just want to find some value and contrast on the composition as a whole because I can envision this thing as actually being pretty big, right? And so he would be casting his own darkness across the body from the shoulders and chest downwards. So.
Yeah, that's the other thing is if you're trying to replicate something that is like the size of a building, you have to take into account like how much shadow that size of an object
how much
puts
light
out.
It blocks.
How much light it blocks. Yeah. I had to think about that a lot when I was painting all the
Monpok
stuff.
Yeah.
It was you just have to do really heavy, big shadow areas to make it look like it is a big monster. And if you get it to look right, it really sells.
Yeah. I love this model though.
It is a cool model. You know what model you like though?
Aha! I have this on my desk.
Do you actually have this on your
He
desk?
mailed us one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's in pieces. I haven't built it yet, but Bobson sent me one. It's fan-freaking-tastic. It's literally only in 5 pieces.
Oh, really?
It's the body and then 4 legs.
This is awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It's going to be fun to paint.
Really, really cool.
It's not that big. When I first saw it, it looks really big, but it's literally only about yay tall.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I would have figured it was
not
like
even Dreadnought size.
the size of, what are the old Chaos...
Defiler.
Defiler.
Yeah, it feels like it should be like a Defiler.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a nice, manageable size model. It's a lot of fun.
That's very cool.
Just a 3D printed
You're going
model.
to mess around with it on stream at all?
Probably. Yeah, once I get it put together and cleaned up.
That's very cool.
Be a fun model to paint.
Yeah, I love this model.
He took the time to print it and send it to me. He said, hell yeah, I'm painting it on stream.
Heck yeah. Bob's son, thank you so much. That is really, really cool. Hiya. Mike G.
The old,
Bringing it.
timey
Old
Zinch Lord of Change.
School Lord of Change. I love the color transition on the face.
I'm assuming that
yeah,
this is the what do they call it when they turned it over to resin as opposed to the metal one? But I had this guy in metal for years.
This could be the metal one.
Could be.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the blue, purple,
So cool.
faded purple. Again, into blue at the head. This model always reminded me of the Skeksis from Dark Crystal
Yes.
because the way the neck was down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funky.
The white, is it like?
It's like a tunic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me think of Elvis
robe.
Like Elvis, he's like Fat Elvis.
Fat
in
Elvis.
his white jumpsuit with the sparkles. And
Yeah,
spangles.
it's like he's got the rhinestone white suit
Yeah.
onesie.
So I think the next one I can't look at.
You can't look at it.
Yeah.
Why?
You'll see. Nope, it's not the next one.
Oh.
T-Schmidt. I think it's the one after this one. It's coming up though.
Demons.
Demons.
Damn demons.
This actually looks great.
T. Schmidt killing it.
The non-metallic metal looks really good.
Killing it.
Look at that old bottle of Pro Acryl in the back.
I really like how
He's got like the old golden brown. Or yellow ochre.
Yeah, there's actually a decent amount of photos in here where I saw
The skinny bottles.
the old
Yeah.
skinny bottles, yeah.
Yep.
Avian, hello.
What's going on, Avian?
Hi.
Jacob's here too. You just can't see him.
Oh yeah. Jacob's loitering.
Yep.
This one's going home
Yup.
to live with Punisher.
Is this your model pun? Oh, it is. Going home to live with pun.
That's
That
cool.
looks familiar.
I love the blood. The blood looks great.
Yeah.
The metal
Yeah,
looks
blood
great.
Looks great.
Sword looks great. I love the edge highlights on it. It's
The blood
really
on the
cool.
ground is really good too.
The corn symbol on the cloak on the inside of it looks really cool. This is great. Good job, T. Schmidt.
Avian says, I do have to thank Slow Fuse. I came into Elvis. Now I hear hunka burning love. Burning love.
I may have started that, but you weren't here for it, so we'll blame it on Jason.
Yeah. We're gonna blame it on Jason.
I'm used to it.
Yeah. Gummy worms.
Holy giant squig off.
This thing is gigantic.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I remember Gummy Worms was posting in the Discord. They're like, I'm not sure that this is a great model to pick for this challenge because there's a lot of this model to paint.
It's very large.
It's very large.
Very large. It usually has, like, I think there's a version of it with, like, a huge howdah. This model, when it was available from Forge World, had the ability to run it as both the Age of Sigmar or the Warhammer Fantasy version or the 40k version. So it had, like, a howdah with cannons on it for the
Yep.
40k works that you could get.
Yep.
Or
Man,
the...
Chris would have gone crazy for this thing. I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
if he
nuts.
knows this exists.
It's nuts. You suddenly have an urge for fried peanut butter and jelly
Just
sandwiches?
sandwiches?
What?
Why?
Peanut butter and banana.
What?
The Elvis.
Oh, for
Look,
Elvis.
fried peanut butter and banana.
So it's a no-go for me.
We've seen a lot of monsters with like green, yellow-green
Yeah.
skin on them and stuff. I like it.
Oh yeah, this one.
Oh,
I can't do this.
don't like the spiders.
I don't like spiders.
Not a fan of spiders.
This
one's-
is awesome.
This one's painted really well.
This is awesome.
This is all just one? It's just
Yeah.
flipped over on its back. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this one of the Age of Sigmar ones?
No,
No, this is just
I don't think so. Actually, no.
I don't think
No,
so.
it has more detail on the legs.
Yeah.
I don't like spiders.
This is very cool.
I love
like
the
spiders,
the
but I like this
detail,
one.
the markings on the thorax.
Yeah.
Very cool.
You just don't get along with spiders very much.
I do not get along with spiders at all.
Well,
I don't get along with bugs. Spiders are the worst of said bugs.
really?
Yeah.
Spiders are your friends.
Mm,
They eat all the bugs you don't really want around.
well, I don't. What if I don't want the spiders around? Who eats them? The answer is a
title card
cat,
is his
which I don't have
name,
yet.
the
What's
date,
that?
And the theme of the challenge.
Yeah, I really like the text that they wrote down for this.
Yeah,
It is really cool.
they took time.
Uh-huh.
Your daughter will love this. Her and her pet spiders.
Oh my goodness.
I like it. It has a metallic sheen to it everywhere,
Yeah, the sheen is really neat.
right?
It
Which
makes
gives
it
it
look
that
creepy.
carapace feel.
Like it would be, yeah, like. Ooh,
Mm-hmm. It looks wet and creepy.
Yeah,
This
you
is
could
more
literally,
realistic
for an
than I can approve of.
unsuspecting person,
don't
you could
like
put
it.
this on the bathroom floor.
Yeah.
And when they walked in the middle of the night, you'd have a heart attack. Not
Well,
saying
the
that I'm going to do
underside
that
of it,
to
the-
Jordan at Gen Con or anything, now that I
Jason-
know his weakness.
Jason,
But
unironically, I would be very upset if that happened.
I can't hear him. You hear that static? My phone is dying, chat.
There is a level of upset that you have never seen me.
My
be
phone
at
is
before,
getting bad
and we
reception,
would
chat.
be-
I can't hear him.
We would be beyond that.
I can't hear him. The only way to break people of phobias is to play on those phobias.
That's not true.
See, now the big thing is now he's scared that I would really do it.
I
So
don't
I've
think.
already
I don't
won.
actually think
I've
you
already
would.
won.
And I think the moment that you did do it, you would find out to never do it again.
Well, if it ever happens, it wasn't me. There.
Okay.
Problem solved.
Okay.
Blame Jacob.
I'll put it this way: I dislike bugs enough that people who screw around with me when it comes to bugs are not around me anymore.
We have found his mortal weakness.
I can hang, I can deal, but
Avian says, sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight. Hey,
Hey.
this is Metallica lyrics.
all right, we're moving off.
It would be broken,
Stage right.
sadly, yes.
Tom Sean Paints.
Ooh.
Father and son, what's going on?
I can't tell if
That
this
guy
guy's
needs
having
to-
a good day
He
or a
needs to
bad
lift
day.
some weights with his left hand.
Yeah, this guy's like, I saw this, and this is a really cool, like, flesh golem looking thing.
Father and son.
A
Hello.
lot of different parts going on here on this guy. It's like got like a werewolf forearm and like normal dad bod.
Well, yeah, that looks like it was transplanted on him, maybe.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
and
for
it's a
sure.
golem. It's like a flesh golem. It's been stitched all these
Yeah,
parts together.
that's
Like, look at the
crazy.
green leg. It's like an orc
Oh,
leg.
Yeah, this one's creepy.
The monster arm. On
Yeah,
the
it's
other side.
crazy. And then it's got the standard green juice flowing through it to keep it alive. The backpack with the green juice. It's like the Bane juice.
Yep, the Bane juice.
I love it.
I love the Bane juice. It's
I
great.
love it. This is just wacky enough.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like a zombicide looking model.
It kind of is. And this is the last one.
Holy, what the?
It's Tony.
This is more Cthulhu than the
Brain.
Cthulhu thing was.
Yeah. weird brain with vines on it. I think that's just blood vessels in the
tentacles.
brain.
This again
And
looks
the
handmade
tentacles.
almost.
Yeah.
Like
That's
those bricks
crazy.
look like the
Oh.
the little resin ones that you pour and make. The
Kind of, yeah.
Hirsch.
Lumberjack Tim, D&D got canceled. It's a Reaper model.
It's a Reaper model. Okay. Gotcha. It's literally like a tentacled brain. This
I-
must be like a D&D monster.
I don't want to fight this in D&D. Oh, hey, look at the small paint bottles.
Yeah.
So
This
if
was
I
the
were
other
to
one.
put this in your
Variety pack.
toilet in the middle of the night.
This would be fine.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Bugs are where I draw the line.
Just asking for a friend.
Mind flayer.
Weird tentacly
master
monsters,
brain.
we're game. We're
Mind
game.
Flayer Master Brain thing. Master Brain?
Yeah, that's a big brain.
It's the thing that controls the Mind Flayer. Mind Flayers have a thing that controls them? There's like multiple layers of horribleness to Mind Flayers? Mind Flayers are humanoids that have like cephalopod looking heads, right? That have psionics and they can take over you mentally.
They take your
They're very
brain.
dangerous.
They squish your brain around until it does what they want that to do.
And the tentacly things can wrap on your head like brain sucker style.
That's what I'm seeing here.
I don't know.
Pretty much.
They're saying
I don't
this
know.
is the thing that controls them, so I would assume it's worse.
Oh.
It's the
I mean, it
thing
looks
that
pretty
controls
bad.
the mind flayers. Oh gosh. Yep.
Dad
Or eat
flares and mom flares. I didn't know. Didn't need to know how mind flayers are made.
Yeah, I don't.
Like this is the thing of nightmares.
Yeah.
The green veins on the brain are, I think, the most worrisome thing about it. You know, that and like
It
the
pops.
green soup that it's floating in is a little disturbing. I mean, everything about this is disturbing. Let's be honest. I really do love the mottled purple skin.
I was gonna
The
say.
way that the paint is done almost gives it like a chipped feel, but it gives it that marine life beat up whale skin look, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. I love it. The magenta and the purple's done really neat. It's like sponged on or something. Like just super sloppy gave it a great texture. I think it's great.
Love
The
it.
mutant birds and the tentacle bees. I'm not interested in this story. This is not my fetish.
Our last one, folks.
You got the huge pirate ship from a particular Bones Kickstarter still unpainted.
I vote
That ship was really cool.
that we make Jen and Jacob vote.
No, Jacob hadn't even looked at all of them. He's been on his like TikTok over there, swiping right.
Are you TikToking over there?
No.
I don't know if
Are
that's
you
how that works,
TikToking
but-
it up?
No, I was reading.
TikTok?
I was reading.
Reading
cards.
TikTok.
I was
You're reading cards? You that might as well be on TikTok.
Well, I like the first one. The crazy
first one.
the crazy worms crawl.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest.
This is amazing.
Does anybody know, like, Winnie's not here,
Oh.
but I feel like this is homemade.
This might be my favorite model of the whole thing.
I like this one a lot.
The smile.
Yeah.
This is a great model.
Yep.
Are you casting your vote, Jen?
I vote for the. Or how many are we picking?
Are we all picking one?
I vote for this one.
All right, this is Jen's.
Jen's.
Congratulations to Winnie.
Winnie.
Winnie the winner.
Winnie the
because
winner.
the unicorn loves your
Yep.
crazy ass. It looks like it was molded off my finger. It is. It's like my dead finger with legs.
It has character.
Oh, it's great.
It's something.
It has something.
All right, Jason.
So the theme was monster, so I feel like I want the whole composition to be monstrous, right?
I mean, this is
And
pretty good.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, it is Frankenstein's monster.
Frankenstein. Monster.
Ugh. 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 Ooh.
the tentacle brain thing is pretty cool. The spider, I like the spider just so that Jordan has to post about it. Obviously, the Frankenstein's really good. I have
Yeah.
a feeling somebody else is going to pick the Frankenstein.
I mean, it's the easy pick.
Make it my pick.
All right, Jacob
All right.
picks relapse.
Jacob-
Jacob says relapse.
See you guys.
Look
Is
at
that it? You done?
Jacob bowing out.
Man, I
Yeah,
like
I
this
was-
one.
I
think
like
gotta-
this one a lot.
Yeah, I think I gotta pick the Kappa just because
sick.
I think the paint job is done is really excellent, and the model itself is just that Japanese spirit demon thing, that yokai thing really gets me because they're all really screwed up. Like they all have stuff like that, like things living in their head, or they're like made of poop or something because they're the spirit of excrement that got washed down the fresh river or something. It's just really weird tales that go along with them. So this, while it's eating and it looks like something cute, this is the thing that would pluck your eyes out.
Yeah.
This is probably the cruelest thing in model form on this entire deal, right? It's just sitting there enjoying its ramen, but if you got close to it, you'd be ended.
I can't stop looking at the water.
The water's
great.
really
It's
good.
just so cool.
It's great. Dorkosaurus, you get my vote.
You stole mine.
Well, there you go. You got to do you can't do Frankenstein.
Nope.
I do really like that.
I
This
think
one?
the brain thing is really good, but I think you ought to man up and do the spider.
I think the spiders.
That's why I left it for you.
How dare you give me the spider?
I feel like this was a plan all along.
All right, spellbound.
Oh,
He walks away. He just left the room.
Jordan has left the building.
We broke Jordan with the spider.
the spider was my second choice.
I love the metallic sheen on it. I think
Yeah.
that the coloring's done really. It has like a really modeled. If you look at the thorax or abdomen or whatever it is, it has like the blotted kind of jadey metallic and black. It's just done really well. It's very subtle, right?
Next time I'm picking first.
You want
Alright.
to switch?
Did anyone keep track of this?
No.
I am.
Okay. You got him.
Winnie, spellbound,
Dorkosaurus.
Dorkosaurus, and relapse.
Relapse. Okay.
I'll make a note before I shut everything down. All right, everybody.
Congratulations, everybody and thank you for everyone for participating.
Thank you so much. I will, while we're traveling tomorrow, post up or maybe even before I leave tonight, post up the next challenge for August.
Freehand.
Freehand.
Is there any
Boundaries we want.
Are there any like loopholes we don't want them to jump through? Like it has to be a miniature of, standard 30 millimeter scale or bigger, right? It can't it has to be a full model, or can they just do like a banner without the model?
I think they got to do the whole model.
All right, I think it has to be a model with
Yeah.
freehand as a major
Yeah.
component of the model.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do one too.
All right.
Gotta figure out what I would do freehand on. That sounds like fun.
28 millimeter naked dude full body suit tattoos.
I have one of those.
There you go. See, done
He's
deal.
literally stark butt naked.
There you go. The Arena Rex guy.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
The only one I can think of that's like full on like like penis joke going on. He's like the wrestler. He's like your uncle when you're growing up. You're like, you want to wrestle?
You want to wrestle? He's literally in the
Oh yeah, he's a grappler.
wrestling.
The grappler.
The grappler.
That's how you get him.
Why is this on this? No.
Chat, word
stop.
to the wise. If you ever find yourself in a position out in the wild where somebody's trying to fight with you, just strip naked.
Strip naked.
Literally, as soon as they
she's
start
the
getting all
famous
nasty
one.
with you, just drop trowel and start running around like you're going to beat them up. Nobody will fight you.
Yeah, they're just gonna be like, what is going on?
With your junk hanging out, nobody's going to fight you. It's over. It's over before it begins. You make it like a public indecency thing, but once you explain to them that you're avoiding a fight, you might even get out of that.
Yeah, you probably won't, to be honest. They're like, hey, look, this guy wanted to fight me. He had a knife out. I just took all my clothes off.
I can't fight to save my life, but I can take my pants off.
That is fighting.
I learned
to
it
save
from
your
a
life.
guy on the internet. His name is Slow Fuse. He paints little men. That should be your story. It'll get you get out of jail free pass the whole time.
This is not good advice.
This is not good advice.
Hey, Relapse. We never say that any of the advice that we give is good, other than don't eat the paint.
It's advice.
That's not even advice. That's
That's
just a law. Don't eat the paint.
Father and Son Homestead, and that was me. I was talking to you about the jeweler work holder. So glad. Yeah, I think I sent you a link. Did you catch the link in chat that I sent it to you? Those things work a champ. They make a version that clamps to the table too, but I couldn't find a link very quickly for that. So I sent you the one that screws down, but you might be able to find the one that works both ways.
All right,
Is Jen
everybody.
going to pick next month? If so, I need to find a unicorn you can freehand Care Bear tats onto.
I like
I
other
mean,
stuff.
I mean, look.
I like other stuff.
If you
I
do
picked
that,
the gross worms crawling in and out thing today. That was
it
my
won't
pick.
just be Jen who's going to be on top of thinking that's a really cool model. I'm going to be honest.
Arctic Mini Painting Studio says, does that work for you at home, Jason? Oh, yeah. As soon as Jen gets all wily and acting like she wants to fight, I just drop trowel. Done. Over before it starts. She just starts laughing at me. I don't know what's going on. She just starts laughing. You can't be mad when you're laughing. Donald ducking it around the house.
You guys are hilarious. You guys are hilarious.
I'll try the links, but I don't think they work.
Father and Son, it's a really neat thing. That jeweler's work holder is really cool because it does have clamps so you can rotate the platform to all sorts of angles so you can get to the point. The thing that it's really great for people that have either limited mobility with their hands or one hand, as you do, you can with your hand loosen it, to where you can still have some tension to it, move it around to where you get the angle right because it's a ball joint, so it rotates 360 degrees and then over 90 degrees. And so you can get it set up to where you can rotate that down, get it to set, tighten it in, and then pick up your paintbrush and work on just that side or that area of the model, loosen it up, move it around again. They really are fantastic. For engraving, they're fantastic.
I don't know what I did.
Period.
I did something. And
What'd you do?
I don't know.
She put the spider
I
back up.
changed it.
Oh,
I didn't mean to.
give me
I
the...
pushed something.
Give me the Jordan's in mental breakdown mode.
I'm sorry. I was trying to type in the links to see if it would work, and I didn't click. And this whole setup is new, and we're all on the same thing. so
Control, Alt,
it's very
Delete.
Hit the
confusing.
two-painter main.
Ah,
All right.
we're back. We can see Jacob loitering in the chair on TikTok.
I don't know where the camera is.
Look underneath here.
Well, the links don't work today, so monumenthobbies.com is where you want to go And then
Freaking bot's dead.
From there, is there a Discord link on the store somewhere?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the front page. The invite's on the front page of the site.
Okay. So monumenthobbies.com is all you need to remember.
I go to.
there, check things out, find the Discord link to join the Discord, click the store locator tab to find a store close to you that carries Monument Hobbies products. That's all I got.
That's all I got. Thanks for hanging with us, gang. Remember, we are gone. Jordan and I leave for Gen Con tomorrow, so there's no stream tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday, or Monday. We'll be flying back from Gen Con on Monday, so the next time you'll see us is a week from today, Tuesday. If you're going to be in the Indy area, please stop by Gen Con if you've not already gotten tickets. We'd love to see you. We will have a booth at 2664. We'll be doing a post Thursday at the beginning of the show. That gives the booth number out again, so keep your eyes peeled on that, or ask us in the Discord. I'll be there, Jordan will be there, new guy Phil will be there, Gabe, Hipster Gumby, and Chat will be there, so the four of us will be having a blast. And it's the first time you can pick up all of the new Signature Series paints as singles and sets. They will not be on the online store until we get back on the 8th. So literally, Gen Con is the only place you can acquire them through the weekend. We'd love to see you out there. But hang tight if you are waiting for the new paints. By the time we get back in or streaming again that Tuesday the 8th, you'll be able to buy them on the store.
Oh, winners of the July challenge, please message me if you are here. I will send a message to you to ask you for this information anyways, but please send a message to me on Discord with your email and your first and last name so that we can get some cool stuff out to you.
Yeah. So thanks so much for hanging with us, watching some paint dry, telling some fart jokes, telling you how to avoid fights. And thank you to all of the people that entered into the July challenge. Remember, we do have the August challenge running now. Baby J will be getting info on that up on the Discord soon, so you have all the rules and can start posting your work for the freehand challenge. And have a great week. Stick around. We are going to send you off to a raid, so show some love in the chat we wind up in, and we will see you next Tuesday. Adios, gang. We're out of here.
Adios. Bye-bye.